Welcome to Dallas Sidekicks exciting action from the Major Indoor Soccer League. This special telecast is being brought to you in part by Budweiser, the genuine article. Beechwood Age, that clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. And by Black Eyed Pea Restaurants, home cooking worth going out for. And by Gallery by Hager, clothes with the fit for the fit.
This MISL Championship Series has been a series for the fans. Twice the all-time record for attendance at a game has been broken. The all-time record attendance for an MISL Championship has been shattered. And with the series at 2-2, Tacoma came home and took the lead right back on the goal by the dazzling Preki. Gordon Jago's Dallas Sidekicks had one job to do: go home to Dallas and win, or go home. Back in Reunion Arena, they had won games 3 and 4 to tie this series, and back in their friendly floor, they did it again. Early on, Doc Lawson off the left boards, turns, blasts upper right corner, 1-0 Dallas. That lead, however, wouldn't last long. Gary Heel from the other wing beats Chris Sobieski, 1-1. Steve Jungle had been strangely silent in Dallas in this series. The silence didn't last long. 3-1, they had a power play, but Dallas shorthanded. Kevin Smith ties it at 2-2 just before the half. The third quarter in this game would be scoreless, and then Tattoo, the MVP of the league, awakens, makes it 3-2 Dallas. That lead would last less than a minute, because back came Tacoma, as they have done all series long. It's Preki and Jungle combining on a goal. Who else to make it 3-3? That tie would last less than a minute. Tattoo through 4 men, and he beats Mike Dowler to make it 4-3, and it looked like Dallas would force the last game in Tacoma. But then Jungle struck again.
Davis, Preki, across, Jungle, it's in! It's in! 40 seconds to go, and the Lord of all indoors has struck again.
Overtime they'd go, and eventually they played the longest championship overtime game in MISL history.
There's the run. Karpun's got it. Can he get the shot off? He fakes it. He's in. He's got it. And this place goes crazy. What a goal by Karpun. What a goal by Karpun.
Somehow it's fitting that these teams have gone down to a one-game winner-take-all series. Gordon Jago's Sidekicks, Alan Hinton's Tacoma Stars, back home in Tacoma tonight for the Stars in front of their friendly crowd that helps them as much as the Reunion Arena crowd helped Dallas. Tonight in Tacoma, the Sidekicks are the Stars, one of them to the top of the mountain in the MISL. Live from the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, Home Sports Entertainment and Prime Ticket present the deciding game of the Major Indoor Soccer League Championship Series between the Dallas Sidekicks and Tacoma Stars. Good evening, everyone. My name is Norm Hitzges, alongside to analyze tonight's 7th game of this series, the former star player and coach of the Dallas Tornado, Mike Renshaw. Much has been written and spoken about fatigue in this series being a factor. These teams have played 8.5 months since the start of training camp. But, Mike, I don't get the feeling that in Game 7, fatigue plays a part.
No way fatigue is going to be a factor in this game. These teams have 3 games apiece now. They've laid it on the line each one of the preceding 6 games, and there's going to be no difference tonight. No way fatigue's a factor.
You know, Mike, if somebody's sitting in their locker room a few minutes before the game saying, golly, I feel tired, they're generally not to a 7th game.
That's right. Those sort of people are playing golf right now, I think. This is going to be a great game. It's been a great series. It's going to be a great game tonight.
So far in this series, all 6 games have been won by the home team. We're in Tacoma tonight. It would figure they would have a home field advantage. But, Mike, in the 7th games of series in other leagues, hockey, basketball, baseball, the home team does not do all that well in this 7th game. Your feelings, advantage, disadvantage for the home team tonight?
Well, it could go either way. They're under pressure. They've got a sellout crowd here again tonight. Tremendous pressure on the Tacoma team to bring this championship back in front of the home folks. But then again, Dallas, in their previous games here, knew they always had a chance to come back. This time, no chance to come back if they lose tonight. So I don't see the home field advantage being a real factor tonight.
That's Mike Renshaw. My name's Norm Hitzges. Next up, Game 7 of the MISL Championship Series between the Tacoma Stars and the Dallas Sidekicks.
Mazda 4-wheel drive. Yep, it's Mazda's brand new 4x4. He's got the best deals and more on every Mazda 4x4.
Big Billy is still #1.
Keep on trucking, Big Billy.
Big Billy's favorite. Big Billy's favorite.
A message from the Black-Eyed Pea. Why home may not be the best place for home cooking tonight. The Black-Eyed Pea, on the other hand, is always the best place for home cooking. We cook your favorites from family recipes with the finest ingredients, served in generous portions with lots of loving care. So come on over to our kitchen, the Black-Eyed Pea. Home cooking worth going out for.
This bud's for all that you do. Hard work is nothing new. You're part of the team, the American dream. A dream that's coming true, and you make America work. And this bud's for you. Whatever you do, the king of beers is coming through. So you make America work, and this bud's for you.
Styles in pure wool have never been in better shape. The fit for the fit. Gallery by Hager.
Tacoma Harbor, Mount Rainier in the background. We're ready for Game 7 in a sold-out Tacoma Dome. They put up 1,444 temporary seats that were snapped up in a half a day. 21,728 stuffed into the Tacoma Dome, and we're underway. We'll try to give you a bit of a radio play-by-play the first few minutes. Ooh, and Mike, right off the bat, we get a foul against Dallas, and as you have mentioned so many times in this series, that's been a key in this series.
The single most important factor in this series has been Tacoma's power play, and the Sidekicks certainly wanted to avoid giving away unnecessary early fouls.
A power play occurs when a team either gets a 2-minute penalty for some kind of violent foul, or it stacks up 6 common fouls in any one of the 4 15-minute quarters, resulting in a 2-minute penalty. Shot by Tattoo blocked. Comes back Wes McLeod. His shot is high and wide. That's Joe Papaleo in goal for Tacoma. He has the best goals against record in this league in the playoffs this year, allowing 3.61 goals per game. For Dallas, Chris Sobieski in goal allows about 4.5 per game. Long run, left wing. Heel turns on the ball. One touches it, but doesn't get all of it, and Sobieski scoops it out to Redwanski on the wing, who gets elbowed in the face by Jerry Gray. There's the first foul on Tacoma. 1 minute and 7 seconds and scoreless deep in the first quarter. The officials, Gino DeBrito and Essie Baharmas, are the two officials working the floor, and Kelly Mock is the one on the sideline. As you can see, Michael, this series has been high scoring.
Well, an average of over 10 goals a game through the 6 games preceding this one. Don't expect anything less tonight.
The higher scoring games have been in Tacoma, where we've had 14, 11, and 8 scored. Headed for Redwanski, knocked up and over the back glass by Jerry Gray, and it will be a corner for Dallas. They will put on their offensive team. In case this is the first time you're ever seeing MISL soccer, 4 15-minute quarters. If there is a tie at the end of the regulation time, we go to sudden death overtime, and we'll play all night if it takes that long. The longest MISL championship game in history. We just finished playing in Dallas.
What a game it was.
20.5 minutes into overtime. Dallas will take the corner kick. Threading through, hits the defender, and it's bumped to Papaleo. Inside the box, he can handle it. When he comes out of that whited square, he's like any other player, can only use his feet.
2 against 1 quickly. Dallas got caught on an illegal substitution. Too many men on the field.
Is that what it is? The official blows.
That's
Let's
what it's
see.
going to be. Too many men on the field against the Sidekicks.
Baharmas goes over and checks Kelly Mock, and yes, 2 minutes on Dallas. Illegal substitution. Great eyes, Mr. Renshaw. You can tell an ex-coach in this league.
Well, Lawson got on as well as Juremovic. They both saw Zungul breaking free down that right side. They both came on at the same time. Lawson immediately got off, realizing the error, but the third official caught it.
Let us update you on the power plays. In this series, Tacoma has been brutally efficient. They've had a man advantage 19 times. They've scored 12 of the times. Dallas is but 3 for 12. Dallas, however, got a goal against the power play of Tacoma in Dallas on Thursday night. It was a key goal. What makes the Tacoma power play so good? Michael, they have 4 outstanding offensive players.
Well, you know, with Heel and Zungul and Ingram and Preki and Davis to quarterback it, it's been just a phenomenal power play throughout this series.
Those first 4 each got 40 or more goals this season. They're the first team in MISL history to ever have 4 40-goal scorers in a season. This is Preki. This is the man who directs it, Davis. In the middle now is Heel, right wing is Ingram, and left corner is Zungul. This is Ingram. That's McLeod marking him, and Radwanski out on Davis. The ball through to Ingram, and he fans left-footed, and here's McLeod. Dallas will counterattack the other way. Long chip ball for Radwanski, goes over the side. That's not bad, though. It gives Dallas time to get back and draw breath. That's part of the Dallas plan, that if they can't counterattack successfully, this is against league rules, but chip it over the side and get a breath and reform your defense.
The pass there by Preki all the way across to Ingram, which Ingram kind of fanned on, has been typical of the sort of set-up plays that have led to the Tacoma goals in the earlier power plays.
Yeah, they like to swing it one side and then pass through the defense all the way back to the other. So far, Dallas has killed right at 40 seconds of this 2-minute penalty. Here come the Stars forming the attack again. Now Preki will be the man in the middle. He feeds Ingram. This is Heel. There's Preki off the board. Knocked back off the boards. And it's loose along the boards. Dallas digs for it, and Tacoma has it. Zungul and Ingram. Winding up, high, up over the glass. There's a break for Dallas. Ingram looked a little bit antsy to fire that ball from about 50 feet.
Yeah, he's not been doing that so much in the earlier power plays, hitting the ball from there. They've been a bit more patient than that. 59 seconds left in the power play.
Ingram and Heel were teammates at Luton Town in England, 2nd Division, before coming over here to play for Tacoma. The Dallas penalty-killing unit, by the way, is McLeod, Smith, Juremovic, and have they brought Tattoo on now?
Well, with their possession, they've brought Tattoo on. They'll try and get him the ball, see if he can hold it a little while up there for them.
Sobieski to midfield. This could be dangerous if they get trapped with Tattoo on the field, because he's not a terribly good defensive player. Here's Megson.
Tattoo immediately gets to the bench. Good pressure by McLeod there to give Tattoo time to get to the bench, and Radwanski to get on.
40 seconds remaining in the Tacoma penalty. This may be the last real possession they have in the penalty. Preki directs. Zungul, he scored from right there to tie against Dallas. Preki loves the left foot, blocked in the defense and up over the side glass by Smudger Smith, who suddenly exploded in these playoffs. He struggled all season long with his offensive game. He's been very good in the playoffs.
Well, his production, along with Juremovic's and Doc Lawson's, has been instrumental, really, in getting the Sidekicks this far.
Yeah, and Mark Karpun getting a goal or an assist in every game. Here's Preki. Zungul, the lord of all indoors, holds every record you can hold offensive-wise this league. There's the cross-floor ball. Preki goes to the right foot. It skips into the penalty area and is knocked out of there. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Zungul will form it quickly. Comes to Davis. Here's Preki. Across, running on. Zungul blocked out of there. It comes to the corner. This is Preki. Hooked up. Time is expiring in the penalty right now. The man's out of the box. Down goes the Tacoma player. There is an injury here. The official is not reaching for a flag. It's called a common foul. That'll be the second against Dallas. 11:35 remaining in the first quarter here in Tacoma. And you're going to see a collision. This has been smash-mouth soccer in this series so far. Ooh.
Well, it was a collision of heads. Juremovic going for the ball there, it appeared, but he certainly got Davis in the head.
Oh, my.
Great leap by Davis to get up early.
Ooh, Mike, that's and this is nothing against Mike Uremovich. It was a very clean play. Both players going for a 50-50 ball. But that's another indication. Some people say, soccer, it's a sissy sport. Not indoors. There's enormous contact indoors.
Well, anybody who's played this game knows how difficult it is to play well.
Davis gets to his feet, still being tended to by the Tacoma trainer. Alan Hinton, the coach of the Tacoma Stars, relatively calm on the bench right now. Davis is up. He's walking toward the bench, but let's point out he does have some guidance. You get a whack like that, sometimes you can't find it by yourself.
That's right, he caught Uremovich's forehead right in the side of his own head. Came off the worst for the collision.
We are even again. Dallas has done something they've seldom done in this series, and that's stave off a power play opportunity by the Tacoma Stars. That's got to give Dallas a little bit of life, Michael.
Certainly got to help their confidence, because you're right, Norm. I think in the preceding games, Tacoma here in this stadium was 9 of 11 in the power play.
Realize one other thing. We told you that the home team has won every game in this series. The team that scores first has won every game in this series also.
Even though there's been 61 goals in the 6 games, that first goal, for some reason, has seemed crucial.
Well, Mike, you combine the first goal with the fact you're home, and it gets the crowd so involved in the game, and it pumps you up so. Second foul on Tacoma there. That's Willie Milano setting the ball for the veteran Victor Moore. Let me tell you something about number 3, Victor Moore. He's got a severe bone bruise in the foot. And before games, doctors have to take a needle and work the needle right into the foot to literally anesthetize the area. It's not dangerous. It's not a fracture of any kind. It's just a severe bone bruise. They've told him, hey, 3 weeks after the season, you'll feel fine. Well, Victor doesn't have 3 weeks to take off right now, so he has these huge needles drilled into his feet before the game to relieve that bone bruise.
They don't come any tougher than Victor Moreland in this league.
Here's Tattoo, double marking. That's the elegant assassin. Neil Maxon, it's in front. He tried to slip it through and almost got it in there to Moreland.
That was Moreland with a flick, just missed the post. Tattoo wins the ball, knocks it back to Sobieski.
There's a part of Tattoo's game that's gotten a little better too. He's a huge scorer, but he'll come back and do a little checking and bumping for you. That ball off Dallas over the side glass.
Well, more like between the gap in the glass there. That's where the third official stands, and there's no pain there, Norm.
Well, some people would say there's a pain there, Mike, but we don't want to get into that.
We'll leave that one alone, I think, at this stage.
The officials, Gino DiPolito and Essie Paharmist working the floor, Kelly Mock on the sidelines. In games that Gino DiPolito has been the senior referee, Tacoma this year is 14 wins and 7 losses. But that's not to be construed as favoritism for Tacoma. Tacoma wins 2 out of 3 all year. They were 35 and 17 in the regular season. DiPolito and Paharmist refereed a fine game in Game 5 here in Tacoma. Steele Dallas counterattack, Milano left wing. He's going to run at Waters. The shot is wide. Uh-oh. Covering up is McLeod. Can he get there? Yes. Stops, digs it away from Preki, and will come back to his own end and reform the attack.
McLeod has done a super job since he's been moved back to the defense from midfield about midway through the season.
Well, thank heavens he was, because earlier in this series, Dallas lost solid defender David Stride, and they would have needed to move somebody back there, and now McLeod's had good experience back there. So Stride's injury wasn't as harmful as it might have been. Ball through to Milano, bumped a little, comes out to Lawson, who got a goal to get Dallas started in Game 6. Lawson's left footer is weak and wide.
Davis back on the field, obviously not feeling too many ill effects from the collision earlier.
Here comes that attack forming, and Tacoma, unlike some teams who look and move the ball up the floor, they are a fast break team. They are the Lakers of the MISL. Open wing, bump back, intercepted. Milano leaves it for Redwanski and almost left it for the Stars player, Waters, instead. Teams change on the fly. Dallas gets new offense with Tattoo. Defense, and they've trapped Tacoma with Tuksha on the field on Tattoo. Now, let us tell you that this whole series, Neil Megson has covered Tattoo, and now Megson gets over on him.
Megson's done a great job on Tattoo, and having said that, Tattoo has 9 goals in the 6 games.
Well, if bloodlines mean anything, Neil Megson should do a wonderful job, because his daddy, Don, was one standout player in the English leagues, and in fact played with the assistant coach of the Dallas Sidekicks while in England. Ball headed toward the goal, now knocked out of there, headed back in. Back flicked on by Karpun. Nicely done to Tattoo. Karpun with a beautiful flick. Tattoo tries to squeeze through. Dallas continues to possess.
And the Stars certainly get 2 men on Tattoo every opportunity they get.
Moreland looks for the MVP in the league. Tattoo's got it, tries to go between people. Knocked down, no call. Here come the Stars. Here's Ingram, who has tremendous speed, runs at Uremovich, who cuts him off in the corner. Jungle breaks behind Powers. Ooh, Ingram just wasn't in a position to get the ball through. Tucks it to Jungle.
Jungle backing in there, does a great job of shielding the ball. Very dangerous in that situation.
Long header to the feet of Sobieski, and he bounces it out there. Oh, tight first quarter. We've played over 7 minutes. Dallas on the attack. Through to Radwanski, his left footer beats Papaleo but hits the wood. Karpun's long ball off the glass.
Great diagonal run into the box there by Radwanski. Smith saw him, fed him the ball. If the ball's on target, it's certainly a goal. Just wide.
I don't believe we've gone this long in this series without a goal in the first quarter.
Possible obstruction there against Milano, not called.
Milano, nice run around the defender, can't control it, and the ball blocked by Jerry Gray, the T19 midfielder they got out of Chicago, who's a solid player.
The Stars are caught with Tattoo on the floor, and Megson's not on. There's Blassingame on him.
There's a shove, no call there. It's unusual, they'll usually call something of that nature. Dallas wants to take advantage of this because Megson is the designated marker of Tattoo, and in a line switch, Dallas has Tattoo on the floor, but they've caught the Stars with Blassingame on him. And Blassingame does the job, and he'll get off now. Gray with Tuksha on his left. Has the man on the left. There's Tuksha, runs on right-footed. Way up. Going, and gone. Boy, did Tuksha hit that one out of the park. 6:28 remaining. First quarter from the Tacoma Dome. 21,728 shoehorned in here. We're scoreless in the final game of the MISL Championship between the Stars and Sidekicks.
This is the #1 Chrysler Plymouth dealer in Dallas. One of the men who has spent 16 years making that happen is Mr. Gary Lau.
When you're #1, the pressure is always on. That's why right now you can get the best deal on a new car or truck of your choice at Preston Chrysler Plymouth. Low prices, high trade-in values, factory rebates, and low interest rates combined to let you drive home a winner. Remember, when you say Preston, you've said a great deal. We're on Preston Road next to Valley View Mall.
Grandy serves home-style meals to all the people who got wheels. Chicken, ribs, and country steak. And you never ever have to wait. I mean, home cooking packed to go. Even for a hurrying Joe. Load the kids and get it to go at Grandy's, your king of the road. Grandy's, when you just can't wait for a home-cooked meal.
Those of you familiar with the geography of America can tell this is not Texas. This is Washington. Tacoma. A little over 8 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Still scoreless.
Well, fouls not really a factor yet. The Stars with 3 team fouls and the Sidekicks with 2.
In MISL history, there have been 57 series in the playoffs, best of 3, best of 5, best of 7, the team with the home court advantage, in this case it would be Tacoma, has won 44 of the 57. But Mike, 2 of the 13 visiting teams, the ones without the home field advantage that won, are Dallas this year. Dallas over Baltimore and Dallas over Cleveland. Uh-oh, break here. No, Preki does not get around Lawson, who bangs it off the glass. I think wanted to hit it over, but didn't get it out, and it turns out to be a break for Dallas. Oh, Redwanski caught a leg across the shin. No dirty play there, just an inadvertent chop to the shin, and he goes off limping.
Tattoo on again without Mason.
Into Karpun. Chopped away from Karpun. Pretty play by Ralph Black, who's called Heart and Soul here in Tacoma.
Dallas with 5 shots to Tacoma's 4.
Gray left wing. In front, Black. The defender ran on, didn't quite get there. Moreland from behind knocked it away from him. Boy, dangerous.
Preki makes those quick turns. Taken down by Lawson. 3 on Dallas.
But 5:14 to go, so this really doesn't qualify still as foul trouble. 3 with 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go. This qualifies as dangerous. Preki, run on, ball to the corner from Megson, who scored twice in his series, and his shot hits a defender standing
by
in
McLeod.
front. Oh my, looked like Sobieski was beaten, but it simply
Jungle
hit
backing
it.
in there.
Jungle turns, knocked away from him. Waited a little bit too long to try to make a move there.
Yeah, great play there by McLeod.
And the Stars keep the pressure on. In situations like this, you can almost feel a goal coming. Jungle turns, it rolls through, and it's knocked out of there.
Well, Lawson beat Preki there to that loose ball by a fraction. Very tense game.
And Tacoma keeping the heat on. Again in front to Jungle. McLeod. Jungle goes down, no call, but the Stars keep it on. Kick loose, Black into Jungle. McLeod and Jungle going at it. Shot high off the glass above the Dallas goal. And Milano to the sideboards, gets it out, and Dallas finally gets time to take a deep breath or two. He's got Smith on the wing. He tries to go through, and there's a tripping call against Tacoma, their 4th foul of the first quarter. Nice run by Milano, who kept going straight ahead, which is not his mark.
Well, he's certainly been a bit more direct in this game than he has in some of the preceding games, and I think Gordon Jago has needed to get that from Willie.
If there has been a criticism of Milano, it's that he likes to dance and show off his ball skills more than he does go to the twine. And he will start it here. Little shaking and jiving there.
Blocked over the glass by Blassingame, shot by McLeod.
There's an odd play off a set play. To give it to a defender for a left foot shot is really an odd choice. Not what I'd call one of the higher percentage choices that I've seen made.
No, I guess Willie didn't think he had many other options. Here's Milano with the kick in.
Another blast by a defender, Jeremovich.
And again, Blassingame blocks it.
By the way, Greg Blassingame, if you recognize the name and say, I wonder if he's the son of, yes he is, the son of Don Blassingame, right there. Don Blassingame, a fine Major League Baseball for a long time, Major League Baseball player, second baseman for the Cardinals. Then in Japan, when Greg was growing up, Don took Greg to Japan, spent a couple years over there while Don was playing baseball and speaks fluent Japanese.
Well, this ball is over the glass a lot more than we normally see. Might be a sign of a nervousness, I think, on both teams. The game hasn't really settled down yet.
By the way, tonight's attendance pushes the total attendance of this series to 115,396. That breaks by almost 25,000 total, the old record for a championship series attendance set by San Diego and Minnesota last year. And the average attendance for a game in this series has been 16,485. Again, easily another record for the MISL.
This game has certainly come of age in these two competing cities. Dallas with sellouts, Tacoma with sellouts.
Well, a year ago right now, Dallas was on exponential deathbed. Uh-oh, there's a critical play. Down goes Moreland, and that's the 5th foul One more foul against Tacoma in this quarter, and Dallas will get a man advantage. But see, you can't afford to do this. Don't dance is the rule here. Go at it. Tattoo turns on it. 4 men around him. Goes to the boards with it. Now to the corner. Tries to dig out of there. And has it stolen. Uremovich and Tuksha go banging into each other. And Dallas gets it back. Milano's in alone. He shoots. Blocked by Papaleo. Point blank range.
Great play by Papaleo.
Look out for the counterattack of Godfrey Ingram. Here comes Mason and Tuksha. It's building for the Stars. Tuksha's dangerous. To his left foot, he's got a shot. It's blocked in there by Uremovich. These two teams don't give an inch. You're seeing the same thing that's been in this series now for 6 games and a quarter. These are the balloons at the top of the Tacoma Dome. I noticed when Dallas came out to warm up, a few of the players pointed at the balloons. Almost you could read their lips saying, those suckers aren't coming down tonight.
Where are the green ones, they said.
The former owners of the Sidekicks were Linda and Don Carter from Dallas. Sidekicks, jungle! Oh, blast is high off the free kick. Is he dangerous? He has had 2 6-goal games in his MISL career. Now, that's a double hat. Radwanski to the corner, it's in front, it's loose, it eludes the foot of Smith. Smith collects, he turns, and Dallas will continue to press the attack again. 5 fouls on Tacoma. In this quarter, 1 more, and Dallas will get a man advantage. Ooh, a blast by McLeod is blocked. Turning, another blast. And Lawson's going to have to track it back. I really don't understand either team's seeming penchant for firing the ball from 60 feet. Mike, you don't beat great goaltenders from 60 feet.
Well, the average player doesn't. Tattoo's done it quite a few times this season. You can certainly see why he has a go from there.
But you notice Tattoo and Jungle aren't the ones doing it.
Tattoo hit the last shot, but that was the first long-range shot he's hit tonight, that's sure.
Headed in midfield, and the Stars will attack. 1:40 remaining. Rangers to the left foot. Preki just off the boards. The tender Sobieski was beaten, but it was wide. You know, Sobieski really did a nice job of standing his ground. He may have had the whole corner covered there.
Well, Sobieski's played in every one of these championship games, whereas his counterparts, Papaleo, has been able to switch off with Mike Dowler. He's certainly feeling the fatigue.
Tattoo around Megson. Tries to go off the glass. Boy, Megson, whose nickname is the Elegant Assassin, does a wonderful job there on Tattoo. Ball loose midfield, and the player for the Stars stepped on, never saw it. So Karpun keeps possession. Turned his back on the play, assuming that the Stars would keep the ball, and that was not the truth, but it does not turn out to be anything more than just a small opportunity for Dallas. Good forechecking here by the Stars. 3 men working hard in midfield. Uh-oh, and Tattoo alone with a defender. You don't see that much of that in this series. Well, Tattoo goes to the left foot. Nicely done. This is McLeod, goes to the left foot, it's high. Here's Uremovich, runs on. He's got Smith. Smith off the boards, blocked by the defender. Uremovich tries to hit it off the volley, doesn't. It's loose, and Uremovich picks it up. 25 seconds remaining right now in the first quarter. Ball inside, the run goes through. It's tapped back to the tender Papaleo. Ooh, and his pass is intercepted by Smith. Ooh, and Tattoo wanted a handball on the defender there, but does not get it, and it looks like the Stars are going to be very happy to just leave this first quarter tied. Long ball, it's oh my! Dallas relaxed, and it cost them a goal. Gary Heel. Defender Joe Waters is not going to get any assist on this goal, but when he took the ball and stood by the boards for about 3 or 4 seconds as time ticked away, it caused Dallas to react. Then Waters, right
rifle the ball up the floor to Megson, who fired it cross-court to Heel, and he goes far corner, and with 1 second remaining, Gary Heel's goal has given Tacoma the lead.
That's the end of the first period. Sidekicks would have been very happy to get out of it at 0-0. They've trailed every game at the end of the first period in this arena, in this series. They trail again tonight.
Gary Heel's goal with a second to go gives Tacoma the lead in this championship game.
Strength, pride, tradition. For centuries, the Clydesdale has been known as a special breed. Today, the Clydesdales symbolize Budweiser's dedication to quality, superior ingredients, exclusive beechwood aging, and a distinctively clean, crisp taste that only Budweiser can offer. Quality taste. Because this Bud's for you.
80 degrees and it's hot and sonny. Hot and sonny. Sizzling sounds of steaming those beaches. Summer's heating up with those hot sonny beaches. My Sony radio sounds so good in the sand, and I won't miss a beat with my CD in hand. I'm swinging with my Watchman in a pair of cool shades. My Sony Handycam makes them all of my way.
For the hottest ticket in town, buy a Sony and get hot discounts on American Airlines.
Coach Alan Hinton has spent some highly animated moments between quarters here as his Stars have jumped to a 1-0 lead over the Dallas Sidekicks. Once again, a look at the goal that crossed the goal line with 1 second remaining. What a pass by Megson, Mike.
Good pass by Megson, and a great first-time shot by Heel. Caught Sobieski moving towards the near post, got him on the wrong foot, put it in at the far post. Super goal by Heel.
You know, it's hard to tell from just watching the tape, but somebody really fouled up for Dallas by not getting back down the floor. The Sidekicks were scattered all over the floor as time was running out. Everybody relaxed, and that was a killer. Give Tacoma high credit for not giving up on the last 10 seconds of the period, which is when they took possession of the ball.
Well, they probably remember the lesson they learned in Dallas when in the third quarter of Game 3 in this series, the score tied with 1 second left in the third period. Tattoo scored to give Dallas a lead. They went on to win the game.
Again, let us tell you that the home team has won every game in this series, and the team that scored first has won every game in this series. For Gary Heel in the playoffs, this is game 19 for Tacoma in the playoffs. He scored now 16 goals, 7 assists, 23 points in all. It is his 6th goal of this particular series. He's second only to Preki in goals scored for Tacoma against Dallas. The teams now will switch ends. Let's give you one more home floor advantage note. In all the previous games played in the finals, the final series as this one, there have been 37 games played in the 8-year history of the MISL in final series. The home team has won 27 of the 37.
Certainly doesn't augur well for the Sidekicks.
Yeah, but all the stats in the world don't mean anything. What hurts the Sidekicks now as Ingram's drive goes wide is that goal he gave up at the end of the first quarter.
Sungle again, backing in great.
Back heel, intercepted in the defense. Nicely done.
By Powers.
Yes, Powers has the wing, but Tattoo can't get it off. Yes, he can. Now to Milano. Milano turns to his left foot, slows down the attack, and they will wait for Tattoo to come forward. And that's Tattoo playing in an odd position for him out in the middle. Hits the target man, Milano.
Well, Tattoo's as battered and bruised as anybody out here, that's for sure.
Knocked high in the air by the defense of the Stars. Headed toward the boards, and Dallas will pick it up. Tattoo runs at Megson. The shot skips through to the feet of Papaleo.
Boy, he gets that shot up quickly.
He does, and he gets it off with some mustard on it, too. Now you know why Tattoo was the leading scorer and MVP of this league. By the way, the numbers 3, 4, 7, and 9 scorers in this league play for Tacoma. The run in, oh my, Preki is hit and goes into the boards, and we're going to have 2 minutes against Dallas. It's Jeremovich who's going to draw a 2-minute penalty for smacking Preki. I'm not sure he deserved it.
No, he seemed to get the ball first, and then Preki fell over the ball into the boards. He got the ball.
Well, see, the problem here is if that had occurred at midfield, I think it would have been a common foul. But it occurred so near the boards that the trip put Preki in high danger of injury, and for that, Jeremovich draws the 2-minute penalty. And my, are we not entering a key 2-minute stretch of this game? If Tacoma were to go up 2 goals in this situation, Gordon Jago's club would be in some trouble. Plus, realize the penalty is against one of their better defenders. McLeod, Powers, Redwanski, and Smith, the penalty-killing 4 for Dallas. The usual 5-man attack team for Tacoma. Jungle will kick in across in front, knocked back into the corner by Smith, who challenges Jungle for the ball. Now Radwanski challenges, and they call Jungle. And here comes Dallas on the counter. Remember now, Dallas scored a shorthand goal. Here's Radwanski to the middle, runs on, can't run over and keep control, however. He's doing a good job of killing some time along the boards, though. Flicks it up, flicks it around. Smith works on Ingram, and the ball gets to Papaleo. Nice job by Radwanski, though, killing about 20 seconds, though.
Now he's got to race back, though.
Boy, and this is where you're gassed. You can get on a position here. You get back and you try to catch a couple of deep breaths. Preki, he loves the left foot. Davis will blast, blocked into defense by Powers. Jungle gets it, and they reform, and Jungle's ball goes way out to midfield. Preki prefers the left foot.
He's got a very quick, very educated left foot.
Intended for Jungle, and it's cut out of there. This is Heel, the goal scorer. Turns, goes left-footed, blocked, and knocked out to the red line. Preki runs on. There's the left foot. Oh, deflected, and it simply didn't hit the net.
That's right. So
there's the shot. Jungle. As Sobieski jumps on it, Radwanski, can he beat Jungle to it? No. Jungle with a fine play defensively for a man that seldom, if ever, plays defense. There's a sensational play by Jungle.
It shows the importance of this game to that man.
We will talk to Steve Jungle at halftime. We'll also have the MISL Commissioner, Bill Kentling. Oh, a drive from the wing by Davis is about 40 feet high. Dallas really fortunate here, Mike.
Well, this is the one that Sobieski drops on. Quite a nice save. Then the quick outlet pass to Radwanski, and Jungle ran all the way back, beat Radwanski to the ball.
Only 29 seconds remaining in the penalty. And Dallas will have possession of the ball. If Dallas can kill just a little bit of this time and then get the ball out to midfield, the Stars will have precious little time to work with in their second power play advantage of the night. And Mike, if Dallas kills this penalty, they will have killed as many penalties in the first half here as they've killed in 3 previous games in Tacoma. Ooh, down goes the Dallas player. Tattoo. Foul on Tacoma.
Foul is called, but I really don't think it's a foul. Blassingame got all ball.
Yes, he
Tattoo
did.
fell over the tackle, not over the foot of Blassingame.
Good move here by Powers to lay it back to Sobieski, who plays it with his feet back to Powers, who will now wing it long into the Tacoma end. Good job. Out comes the tender Papaleo and has to knock it up in the seats. And Dallas has done a fine job here of killing this penalty.
Well, with 6 seconds remaining, they've just about killed it off. They've got to feel good about that if they do indeed kill this penalty off.
Well, Mike, quite honestly, 2 penalty play opportunities, 2 power play opportunities for Tacoma in the first 19 minutes. I think Dallas should feel pretty good about allowing only 1 goal total in the game so far. The bad thing for Dallas' sake and the good thing for the momentum of Tacoma is the way the goal was scored. That's a knife in the heart when you get one with a second to go if you're the team defending.
and it's an incredible upper for the team that scored.
Well, the Sidekicks certainly would have felt a lot happier to be 0-0 at the end of that first period.
Yeah, I'd say that's right, Mike. Ball back to Sobieski. He wings it to midfield, and the penalty is over. Juremovic rejoins the team, and Dallas plays back to Sobieski. With 11 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter, you're watching the 7th game of this championship series between the Sidekicks and Stars, all tied up, and two, and a ball across the face, and caught a little wood.
Shot again, just wide of the far post.
Gray and Lawson contest the ball, and look at the pressure the hard-working Blasing Game and Gray put on Dallas. See, this is what takes its toll from a goalkeeper. When he doesn't get the rest that Papaleo's been getting, 2 and 3 minutes at a time, Papaleo's been able to sit back on his goal line, sip a soda, and say, "Go get him, boys."
Sobieski's had a long, difficult, hard season. Played super for the Sidekicks, but he's feeling the pressure a little bit, I think. So many games.
Long ball, can he get to it? No. Sobieski to Milano. Milano, 3 men surround him. What pressure defensively. Oh, Moreland taps it down with his hand, and the official, yeah, he did see it. He did see it. Inadvertent, Moreland just sort of reacted to it. That is a foul, by the way. A handball is a foul.
Seemed to be a bit inadvertent. The ball did pop up on him.
Yeah, but he did flick his hand out at it.
He gained possession of the ball. Makes him.
As many years as you play this game, Mike, there's still a temptation every once in a while to reach, isn't there?
Well, you know, you do anything to try and win sometimes.
Yep. Great. Good give-and-go pass. Running free. Black. Oh, tipped away by Milano, the forward coming back defensively. That might have been in the back of the twine, except for Milano. Here's Tattoo and Megson. It gets out in front, and Megson fires a shot at Papaleo, literally. Holy cow, he could have scored on that, Mike.
Well, he just got a toe in there to beat Tattoo to the ball. Didn't really know where it was going, just towed it back in the general direction of his own goal.
There's Gray, and Lawson hits a ball way up over the glass and out of bounds.
Just a clearance by Lawson there.
Lawson looked a bit like Ray Floyd on the 16th tee today, saying, "Gee whiz, that one certainly took a funny turn."
Doc, you shouldn't have made this house call.
That for Doc Lawson, who changed his name officially when he was a teenager from Adolphus Lawson to Doc.
Well, he's been a factor in the playoffs for the Sidekicks, so scored some critical goals for them.
In fact, Lawson, a career defender, is the 3rd leading goal scorer in this series for Dallas with 4. Tattoo has 9, and Karpun, who's got at least 1 point in every game, has 5. Papaleo, the 25-year-old Syracuse All-American, to Tuksha, who is one hard player.
Very tough individual is Val.
3-line. Okay, we get to explain the 3-line pass to folks who've never seen the game before, Mike.
Well, the ball cannot be kicked on the fly over the 3 lines. That's the first red line, the halfway line, and the second red line.
Radwanski, Papaleo with a squat save. There's a ball right around in front. Oh my goodness, this glass does some funny things to the ball. That almost landed. Oh, it's high, and a blast by Lawson. And suddenly Dallas is getting some pressure out of what for them amounts to the second line. Here's Powers. Through, back to Lawson. He's going to turn. Oh, nice defensive play. Down go the 2 players, and we're going to have a foul.
2-minute foul against Preki for boarding.
Preki boards Lawson, who's holding his ribs. Preki just leans in and then continues it. See, if he'd only had the 1 bump, that would have been one thing. But when he continued to pursue the tackle through the player right here.
Well, I think from the angle that Gino DiPolito, the head referee, had on that, he called Preki for the left foot that came late and seemed to hook Lawson or kick Lawson. So that's a similar foul, really, to the one that went against Juremovic for knocking Preki into the boards at the other end of the field.
Again, I think the boards came into play here. Had that occurred out in the floor somewhere, that would have been a common foul. But now Dallas
Dallas's power play comes on.
Well, it's been very ineffectual lately, Norm.
The last 10 times, if they fail to score on this power play, Dallas will set an all-time MISL record for consecutive futility of a power play. Milano with the ball. Lawson passed it to him. This is McLeod. Tattoo and Karpun are the other two members of this unit. The problem for Dallas is not that they're... It's a goal! Right there! Bingo! It took Doc Lawson only 13 seconds and a winger from the wing to tie it. Just as I was about to say, the problem is Tacoma has such quickness, Mike. Quick is the word for that shot.
Well, they haven't got anybody as quick as he hit that. He can hit a rocket, as we've seen all series, and he certainly did then. Beat Papaleo to the far post. Mason couldn't get over there quick enough.
Tell you what, you see some of the shots hit by Tattoo, Lawson, Preki, and Jungle. Amtrak doesn't have anything as quick as this.
Well, the first touch by Lawson set it up great for the second touch.
He almost lulled the Tacoma players to sleep. See, he touched it, and then just gets a great run on. It goes through the legs of Megson, past Waters, and here's an opportunity at the other end. We are tied 1-1. We have a little under 8.5 minutes remaining in the second period at Tacoma. And the ball is taken from Tattoo. We have got a humdinger underway in the Tacoma Dome. Waters, the defender who scored twice in this series, has it taken away by Karpun. Nice defensive job by Karpun, who got the overtime winner. Ball to the step-on Milano is too far for him.
Well read there by Blassingame. He realized Milano was coming off the far door, tried to get behind the Tacoma defense, but was unable to.
The assist on the Lawson goal goes to Milano, and here's Milano with it again. Tattoo shot.
Blocked by Davis.
There's a dangerous play because the goalie can be moving and that ball can still wind up in the net. Great run here. Davis off the boards, intended for nobody in particular. Ingram was very late making the run into the middle. Crowd wanted a foul there, didn't get it. Black left puts it into Davis. Shot blocked by Sobieski. What a job Sobieski did. Shot through by Ingram is not on target. Boy, the second one was the more dangerous because Dallas's defense was disorganized.
There's the quick Ingram, ridden off the ball by Radwanski very well.
Look out here, good run coming the other way because Ingram's trapped up the floor. The defense has to scramble to cover Radwanski, and they do. Nice job, Waters, for picking up Radwanski and cutting off any possible pass to the wing, causing the offense to slow the attack.
Tacoma's doing a very good job of racing back, getting behind the ball.
Well, you know, Mike, you talk of the tremendous offensive players Tattoo. There's a handball against third foul of the quarter against Tacoma. We have 6.5 to go. Here's a breakaway. Gray is one-on-one with Sobieski. He comes in, goes to the left foot, shoots high. Gray had the net wide open. Moreland up the field is limping toward the bench. I don't know what happened to Moreland.
Took a heavy fall in midfield.
Milano digs in there. Dallas really could use a timeout here to get reorganized. They've got a funny team on the floor as here comes the attack of Waters with Lawson with him. Milano's been out there about 3 minutes, it seems. And it's knocked out to Tattoo. Here comes Dallas counterattack. He's got Smith on the wing. Ball through to Smith. No! Val Tuxer with a fine play defensively.
Counterattack the other end now. Well read by Tuxer.
It hits the crossbar. Tuxer's shot hits Powers and stays in play. All of a sudden, we got end-to-end wide open soccer. When is Willie Milano going to get a rest? He's been out there since about 4 this afternoon, it seems. Look at Milano. He says, hey, there's nothing left in the tank. Get me off the floor.
Was Van de Beek on for his first shift?
Milano got about 2 steps in, Mike, and collapsed over the back wall of the bench. He is gassed. Powers, a defender, runs at the Stars, but they take it away. Tuxia with a dangerous ball, and there's a very poor ball, and Dallas intercepts.
Well, Dallas has got to this championship series by being a high-energy, high-effort team.
There's Tuxia again.
Tuxia's having a super game tonight so far.
This is Preki and McLeod. Ball through, beautiful ball, Preki. Can he get a shot off? No, they're going to call a foul there. They're going to call a foul there, and it may be 2. No, not 2 minutes, just a common foul. The Stars are protesting that it should be in the box, but it does not appear it occurred in the box. No, it didn't. Oh, my. Tattoo got all ball, but it was a crossover step, and that's probably what they called it for. Yes, he got the ball with one foot and tripped with the other.
Well, I don't know. I thought actually that Tattoo committed a foul a few frames before that, which really prevented Mexon getting in. It wasn't called. And then he got the ball. They called it late.
4:45 left in the second quarter. The Sidekicks and Stars knotted at 1. Back for more soccer from Tacoma after this.
Having trouble making a choice? Think I'm gonna fail, right? No, nobody fails. Think I'm gonna lose this test, right? Right? Nobody loses. Just talk to me, man. Just tell me, like, what do you want, man? Okay, just point to the one you like better. Point to which one I like. That one, man. You chose Pepsi. I told you, nobody fails, nobody loses. Nobody loses? You sure about that, man? Well, almost nobody.
Let your taste decide. Pepsi, America's choice.
No matter how you get there in a monster from Big Billy Barrett.
Boy, you have never seen a wave until you see 22,000 do a speed wave in the Tacoma Dome. Look at this thing. There's only one way to experience the wild side of soccer all season long. That's with a season ticket. Now is the time to reserve a season ticket, and all it takes is a $50 deposit per seat. For more information on next year's season tickets, call 361-KICK.
Sidekicks must be very aware of this. Tacoma scored 2 goals in this series from exactly this position with Songal on the ball. One to Mexon and one to Preki. Both ended up in the back of the Dallas net.
Jungle shot blocked in front. It stays out. It stays out. There's a handball call. We're going to have a penalty kick for the Stars. They're going to call handball Dallas.
It's a terrible call. Terrible call. McLeod didn't handle it. Sobieski did.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Blocked. It goes up in the air. Sobieski gets it. Pushes it. Oh, there it is on the hand. Mike, I know it's inadvertent, but it was on the hand.
Right, but I mean, the ball wasn't going in the net or anything.
Well,
tough
yeah,
ball.
But it is a handball in the penalty area, and that's the book. Now, the rules of a penalty kick. It is one-on-one, player and goalie. Sobieski must stay on his goal line. He cannot come out and cut down the angle. It's going to be Jungle. You don't see many of these called.
Yeah, you don't see Jungle miss many either. He's 3 out of 3 so far in the playoffs.
Now, if there's a save, the ball's in play. If there's a save, Juremovic is coming back to stand in the net. Now, he can't stand in there.
No, he's just told Sobieski.
Now, he's going to come out of there. Everybody has to stay out of the box. If there's a save, there's a wild scramble for the ball. You're going to get the perfect view of it right here. Wait a minute. They're going to keep the Dallas player out of there.
Now remember, if by chance he does miss this, the Stars will be in the power play. McLeod got 2 minutes for the handball.
Got it. Jungle rips it into the back of the penalty kick. 4:40 remains in the second quarter. And the Tacoma Dome erupts.
Well, you know, we really don't want to see the officials be such a factor in the outcome of this game. So far, they've been quite a factor. The players would rather determine the result themselves on the field.
But, Mike, that was a handball in the penalty area. Jungle. Sobieski just went down on the spot, and Jungle picked the upper ever right. And the man who holds virtually every offensive record in this league has done it again. McLeod is out of the box now. That qualifies as a penalty, as a power play goal with the man in the box. And Jeremovich clears the boards. Little over 4 remaining. Jeremovich runs the wing. Oh, and Karpun thought the defender would cut it off. He didn't. Karpun collides with Blasingame, and they call the foul on Karpun. That's only the third against the Sidekicks in the second quarter. Alan Hinton Stars lead it 2-1. The target man's heel. The dangerous Brecken. Likes to go left, gets left, hits it high. Had Sobieski beaten, but hits it high. Dallas fortunate not to be down 3-1.
Well, he makes that quick cut so very, very well. Pulls it onto his right foot, pulls it back onto his left foot, and rips that shot just off the crossbar.
Tell you what, Mike, Preki wears 11, Jungle wears 7, and just like the convenience store, 7-Eleven, they're always open.
That's right. Oh, thank heaven. To the Tacoma Stars for 7 and 11.
Amen. Jungle and Preki this year combined for 177 points on the season. Wow. Jungle 89 and Preki 88. Here comes Dallas. McLeod runs the wing. As we approach halftime, one more trend that's developed in this series is developing again. Ball in front, and Milano kicked it right out of Papaleo's hands and almost in the net. One other trend is developing. Though the teams are tied 3-3 in games, Dallas has never led at the halftime of a game. All Dallas wins came from comeback wins in the second half. They're making like a crustacean is Ralph Black. Ralph says, hey, he can't knock me on my keister. And he hears nothing but play from Gino DeBrito. And now Alan Hinton continues. Alan, for those who don't, it looks like he just told Gino a joke. Alan got fined $1,000 earlier in this season for criticizing the officiating of Herb Silva.
Well, I don't think he has anything to complain about the officiating so far tonight.
Long ball, my goodness. Right to the foot of Milano. What a ball by Lawson off the glass. Smith. McLeod. The goal scorer, Lawson. 2:45 remaining. Second quarter from Tacoma. Tattoo shields the defender, slips through to Lawson. Lawson tries to turn, gets it back out. Dallas doing a good job of possessing this ball. Neither team in any foul trouble as we approach the halfway point of the game.
Tacoma appears to be playing better team defense than they've done this whole series.
Milano stops on a dime and leaves change, left foots it off the board. And it's knocked down the floor. McLeod will outsprint the flipper, Greg Blasingame, to the ball. Blasingame got this little trick. If Tacoma wins, he'll definitely show it to you. He runs to the board, leaps, plants his feet against the glass, and does a backflip. For me, it would be a double hernia. For some people, it would be fatal. For Blasingame, it's a trick.
For the athletic young man he is.
Tattoo turns on the ball. They're going to call a handball. Yeah, inadvertent, but off the hand.
They're certainly calling the tight handballs. That's 4 team fouls now against the Sidekicks. Tattoo's been well held in check again by Megson, but he's the sort of player that can hurt you at any second in no time flat.
Well, he was silent till the fourth quarter in Dallas in Game 6, and then got 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. Here's the speedy Ingram. Boy, it's a chore keeping up with him. Ingram in front! Oh, and just not getting a heel on it, his heel. Knocked out of there, down goes Moreland.
2 minutes against Tuxka, and it's a correct call. And Moreland's hurt.
Moreland's knee slammed into
onto the artificial surface. Now, let us tell you what's under this concrete. Tuksha did not get the ball and got both legs.
I think Moreland there's got some sort of thigh bruise, it looks like. Looks like he took the knee right above his own left knee in the lower part of his thigh. That'll certainly limit his action, I would think.
Well, Tuksha is going to be limited for at least the next 2 minutes. Played for the Pittsburgh Spirit last year, Las Vegas before that, and 5 years before that with the New York Arrows. Was a first division Yugoslavian player for 6 years with the Dynamo Zagreb. Gordon Jago's team now has the penalty play, but they haven't gotten team captain Victor Moreland to his feet yet. His left leg is really bothering him. Howard Moore in the white shirt and Steve Smith, the trainer, in the green shirt, tending to him.
Well, you hope for Moreland's sake that it is just a thigh bruise and not a knee injury. This game is tremendously tough on players' joints, ankles and knees. Very physical game, this, Norm.
One advantage for the Tacoma Stars. Halftime will break up this penalty if Dallas doesn't score before the end of the half. There's a minute and 12 left in the half and a 2-minute penalty. So the Stars would have the advantage of the halftime splitting up the penalty and taking some of the time away. Boy, Moreland looks hurt. Mike, unfortunately, he looks hurt. And you know, with a veteran like this, Michael, I hate to bring up career, but he's at the same stage you were at when the knees started to go. Now, this is a good sign. This is a good sign. To his feet.
The Sidekicks can ill afford to lose Victor Moreland. Already have David Stride sitting back in Dallas with a dislocated shoulder. He's the other enforcer in that defensive unit. With Moreland gone, there's really nobody who's really what you would call an enforcer back there.
Well, with Moreland gone, Mike, they really don't have two full sets of defenders with Stride and Moreland out. They'd be forced with playing a midfielder back in defense and against a team with the likes of Jungle, Preki, Heel, and Ingram. Moreland hands out a little punishment of his own for the water cooler.
Well, the way he's limping there, and as tough as I know he is, I can't imagine him coming back. It looks to be quite severe. The Sidekicks can hardly afford to lose a more important player this side of Tattoo than Victor Moreland.
This is Milano, who will run the power play. That's Lawson, who got a power play goal earlier in this game. Milano through. Karpun shot blocked to the boards. And nicely done. Knocked up the floor by Megson. Sobieski to his red line. A minute and 35 in the penalty, but the key time, 45 and a half. McLeod, Milano, runs on it right-footed, blocked in the defense. Again, it's Megson. Oh, a steal, up the wing, in on goal, around Sobieski, run off by the defense. Oh my goodness, Neil Megson with an outstanding individual run. Cut off right at the end of it, but as you can see, that's the time to the half. Dallas almost out of time.
Last chance right here for the Sidekicks to tie this game up before the half.
McLeod gets in, left foot, cross in front. It rolls to the feet of the defender, and that's going to be it. Not to midfield, no, 4 seconds to go, but Dallas will have the ball in midfield. I better not say that settles it, because I thought that settled it at the end of the first quarter. And Tacoma scored with a second to go.
That's right, the Sidekicks, you know, to go against what we said at the top of the show, look a little fatigued.
Yes, they do. They've had two such tough goals against them, though. 1 second to go and a penalty kick. Tattoo will simply run on, blocked by Ralph White. And that's it. We're through half of it here in Tacoma. Mike, let's put you in the coach's shoes. First, Alan Hinton, what do you tell your team at halftime?
Well, I think he's got to be pleased pleased with the way they've played defensively. They've broken out well. They've taken their chances when they've been there. I think he's got to tell them to keep doing the same thing. Don't be going crazy. Don't be flying down the floor with everybody. Let's wait for our opportunities. Let's deny the sidekicks.
How about Gordon Jago in the locker room of the Dallas Sidekicks?
Well, for the first time in this series in games in Tacoma, the Sidekicks go in and they're not trailing 3-2. They're only trailing 2-1. But still a 1-goal deficit. But they're still in the game. What he's got to do is tell them not to give away silly fouls, to keep their game plan in order, to keep getting the ball into Tattoo, to try and get forward and support him, and to hit those shots when those chances are there.
He might also remind them that Tacoma has not been a terribly good second-half team in this series, or for that matter, anywhere in this year's playoffs. In second-half and overtime action, Tacoma's just scored 48 and allowed 48. They have not been a terribly good team in the second half.
That's right. This game is far from over.
We're through 30 minutes here in Tacoma. We're back with the commissioner of the MISL, Bill Kentling, and Mike with Steve Jungle.
In a recent taste test between Tostitos brand and another leading tortilla chip, the other guys got beat nearly 2-1.
Pardon me. We're not surprised.
Tostitos are so fresh and crisp, why try the rest? You can't beat the best.
Mild jalapenos. Tangy cheese. Seasoned together on Tostitos. New jalapeno and cheese flavored Tostitos brand tortilla chips. The newest reason to taste Tostitos.
I think this market has missed talk radio.
Norm Hitzges on Talk Radio.
I think that talk radio is absolutely crucial for a city. Here, you can pick up the phone and call us anytime. Our station provides a service. We provide information. Gobs and gobs of information. We basically take the place of the morning paper in the lifestyle of the 80s.
Listen to Norm Hitzges mornings on KLIF Talk Radio 1190.
Sometimes your new dream boat can turn out to be a nightmare. So before you buy a boat, ask people who own boats. You'll find that more people have great things to say about Sea Ray. Sea Ray builds them strong and safe, yet graceful and beautiful. And every Sea Ray is inspected 200 times. It makes sense to start out with a Sea Ray. In fact, if it isn't a Sea Ray, you missed the boat.
We're at halftime at the Tacoma Dome with unquestionably the greatest player who ever played this game indoors, Steve Jungle. Steve, this has been such a fantastic series. Tell me what you think about this series overall.
I think, the most of, it was been lots of pressure on us, but most of the enjoyment fans had in Dallas and Tacoma. We split the series, each team won home, and now final game is coming to our home advantage, and been tremendous series for us, players too, but very tough, mentally tough.
I think also a great series for the league overall. You're quoted in the papers saying this was your most enjoyable series in terms of the other championships that you have won.
My championship was that I've won. I had really lots of skillful players, talented players. It was much easier to win those championships than with this team. We coming into this to finish this. It's a tough because team was on the bottom of the league, never made any playoff, and really wasn't that excitement. They didn't have excitement. They've been down, and to bring them up and to make exciting team and to bring some players in, to put that all together, to fit together, took lots of hard work, and it was my biggest challenge in my life to come here and to do it.
Now so many great young players in this league. Tattoo, Brecky, Branko Segoda. Are you ready to abdicate that crown that's been yours for all these years?
I think those guys really deserve, especially Branko Segoda, they really deserve to take it over, and I'm willing to give them. Just I need this one championship for myself.
So you feel like you've been the star in this league for long enough? You're not ready to retire, surely?
I would like to be around them and to have fun, not to have really that pressure on myself, and I must do it every time. I'm willing to share my knowledge and to be with them and just really enjoy the game as a game.
Great players play great in great series, and you've certainly done that again. Tattoo led the league in the regular season in goal scoring, but you are so far through this series leading total points.
It's just, that everybody look up to me, and they expect me to do the miracles and the things, and to win the championship. I think, besides that I'm hurt, my hip, I've been, giving everything what I have, and hopefully this game, last game, is gonna show that I still deserve to be on the top and be with those young players, talented players like Branko Šegoda, Tatu, and Preki.
Well, there's no doubt that Steve Zungel certainly deserves to be in that company. He's led that company for so long in this league. Thank you so much, Steve, for all the pleasurable moments you've given myself and every other fan of this great game.
Thank you very much.
It's the beauty and splendor of Europe's oldest thoroughbred racing track. It's an international field of 3-year-olds battling to prove themselves. And it's the people of Ireland who simply have a way of making a horse race magic. It's the Budweiser Irish Derby, Saturday, June 27th. It's the sport of kings and the king of beers, the Budweiser Irish Derby.
Rodney D. Young presents insurance expert Auto Liability and Reasons to Buy from RDY. Reason 256, no down payment.
It's true. When you call Rodney D. Young for your auto insurance needs, there's no big down payment. All you pay for is your first month's protection. That leaves you more spending money, and leaving you money is reason number 1 to buy from RDY.
Think young, Rodney D. Young.
Call 943-7303 today.
We're at the half in the Tacoma Dome. Steve Zungel's penalty kick goal has given the Stars a 2-1 lead at halftime. We've been joined by the commissioner of the Major Indoor Soccer League, Bill Kentling, who's in month 13 on the job. I can't think of anything that does a commissioner's heart more good than the word that a team had to put temporary seats into its arena to hold the ticket buyers.
We have had a wonderful championship series, and what has happened in Dallas that you're very aware of, and Mike is, what's happened up here is the best-selling tool we have for this sport.
Great players have sold soccer for a long time. Great teams, it's been proven, can or cannot sell soccer at times in this country. But this series has to do this league more good than any single thing that's happened this year.
Well, beyond that, and obviously you're correct, but if you look back at the opening round, San Diego, Kansas City, Tacoma, Wichita, Cleveland, Minnesota, Baltimore, Dallas, we've had this kind of success since the opening round of this thing, and to have accomplished what was done by these two teams, we couldn't have scripted it any better.
Bill, some of the coaches in this league, coaches Hinton and Jago, too, concerned about it. I know you're concerned about it. Some of the teams in the league played a kind of a low-pressure soccer this year that can get a little slow. These two teams attack and attack and attack. There's been a lot of talk about possible rule changes to try to force teams to do more attacking. What can you tell us about that?
The teams that talk the most about it aren't in the playoffs. I think, as you have indicated, the barometer of success has been established by Tacoma and Dallas. Two teams that do go on the attack, that are relentless with their attack. I think there are some things that we can do, but I don't think the answer is wider goals or shorter goalkeepers or fewer players. I think the answer is that people understand, that our coaches, that our ownership understand that crowds of 16,000 in Dallas, 20 and 21,000 in Tacoma are attracted when the light goes on. Although I must say, Norm, that in the double overtime game in Dallas on Thursday night, for 6 periods, it's really a 5-4 game. That's relatively low scoring. But the intensity was such that you really didn't pay any attention. The other thing I would say is that 5-4 in the National Football League is 35-28, and nobody says there's not enough scoring.
Maybe you ought to give 3 points for a goal, Bill. Maybe that would settle it. One final thing. When people around the country, people with money, hear the phrase 21,728 paid, cash registers start ringing. Do you think this will encourage people to become expansion owners in this league?
I don't think there's any question that cash registers light up in people's head and that they try to find my number in New York. Yes, I think for a couple of reasons, and I'll be quick about this. the attendance is important. But I am the only commissioner, fortunately, that can say if you do things correctly in your third or fourth year, you can legitimately play for a title of a major league.
Any plans to expand this coming year?
I think that in Cleveland next week, we're going to make a blockbuster announcement, or two perhaps, about expansion. You're going to like both of them.
You're not going to tell us, are you?
No, I'm not.
Didn't think so. That's why he keeps the job of commissioner. Thanks for being with us, Bill.
It's my pleasure.
That's Bill Kentling. We're back with the halftime highlights and stats after these messages.
A message from the Black Eyed Pea. Why home may not be the best place for home cooking tonight. The Black Eyed Pea, on the other hand, is always the best place for home cooking. We cook your favorites from family recipes with the finest ingredients, served in generous portions with lots of loving care. So come on over to our kitchen, the Black Eyed Pea. Home cooking worth going out for.
It is official. Big Billy Barron sells more Mazda cars and trucks than anybody in the nation, except in California. Now, that's 49 out of 50 states. That's a lot of Mazdas. How does he do it? Simple. He's got more than anybody else. And he's got the best deals, by far, on every Mazda truck and car. Big Billy's still #1. Look out, California. Here comes Big Billy.
And winning is its name. It's football, love, and money. It's hardball just the same. When it comes to the beer I drink, people know just where I stand. I pledge my allegiance to the king of beer. I'm a genuine Bud man. Bud. I'm a Bud man. 80 degrees and it's hot and sonny. Hot and sonny. Sizzling sounds of steaming those beaches. Summer's heating up with those hot Sony beaches. My Sony radio sounds so good in the sand, and I won't miss a beat with my CD in hand. I'm swinging with my Watchman in a pair of cool shades. My Sony Handycam makes them all of my way.
For the hottest ticket in town, buy a Sony and get hot discounts on American Airlines.
If you've just tuned in, we're a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half in Tacoma, with the Stars leading this climax of the MISL season 2-1 over Dallas in Game 7 of the best of 7. Let's show you, if you're just joining us, the 3 goals you've missed. First of all, the Stars, Gary Heel with a second to go in the first quarter, Mike.
Well, a lovely pass by Megson, finds Heel in stride, and he hits it first time, catches Sobieski on the wrong foot with not enough time to react, and buries it in the far corner.
Second period, Dallas gets a power play opportunity, and Dallas, who'd been woeful in power play possibilities so far in the series, 3 for 12, converts in 13 seconds, Mike.
Well, Lawson, the first touch sets it up, and then the right foot blast beats Papaleo in a crowded penalty area, ties it at 1.
The assist on the goal went to Willie Milano. Then Dallas was called for a handball in their own end, and this set up this penalty kick.
Well, Zungel just hits it high into the net, figuring the goalkeeper's going to go down and try and cover as much goal as he can.
For Steve Zungel with that goal, this is his 61st consecutive MISL championship game appearance, and for Zungel, this marks the 57th game of those 61 he scored in. Mike, the stats in this game look dead even. It's the scoreboard where Tacoma's ahead.
That's right, it's been a very even game, and the game is certainly still in the balance. I think this next goal will have some importance, not exactly critical, but certainly the Sidekicks need to get it if they're going to feel comfortable.
Well, if Tacoma gets it, this crowd will go so crazy that Dallas will be fighting not only the 6 stars on the field, but lots of others. Victor Moreland is up and running on the field. That's terrific news for Dallas. The terrific news for Tacoma is that that man has signed a new 2-year contract. Steve Zungel, the Lord of all indoors, will reign for at least 2 more years in Tacoma. The second half will start with a Tacoma player, Val Tukshaw, in the penalty box. Dallas will be on the power play for 48 seconds to begin this second half. Mike, me go back to a point we made at the very start of this telecast that I think has application here. Right now, this ought to be a furious second half. But, Mike, if Tacoma should get a goal, it might start dawning on the fatigued athletes that this is a futile effort.
Well, I don't think so, but what might happen then is the Sidekicks might throw caution to the winds, throw everybody forward, and then they could get caught at the other end of the field several times. There's not a better team in the league than Tacoma at finishing their chances. They are clinically efficient when they get the chances.
Yep. They have the efficiency of a high-priced hitman when given opportunities. They counterattack so well, and their scoring tells you they're an outstanding team. By the way, you brought up an interesting point about this series earlier, that about Tacoma's regular season scoring championship.
Well, Tacoma led the league in the regular season in most goals scored. In the history of this league, the team that led the regular season in goal scoring has always won the championship.
Boy, if there was ever a better endorsement for playing high-pressure, efficient, offensive soccer, that's the best I can think of. The league scoring champion has always won the title in this league, and no matter who wins this game, we'll have a new champion. San Diego was the defending champion, and Tacoma eliminated them. McLeod's blast from the wing is blocked and knocked back to Milano. Again, Dallas on the power play to start this second half, and they have a half-minute to go in the power play. McLeod turns at the right foot, Milano goes to the left. And now back to the right, and it's blocked in defense. It's bounced high, and we're going to have a foul against Tacoma, against the Dallas.
It's a handball call against Tattoo. Again, we've had an inordinate amount of handballs in this game.
Yeah, it's unusual. There's nothing planned about something like this.
Handball occurred slightly before that shot there.
Dallas has 20 seconds remaining in the penalty. To Tacoma. 20 seconds to try to do something about it.
Last chance on the power play for the Sidekicks. Milano. Lawson closed down a bit quicker this time by Megson than he was when he scored on the first chance.
And Tattoo will make the run outside and get it blocked by Megson, and that's the power play opportunity killed off.
Penalty's over.
Dallas now 4 for 14 in this series when they have the extra man.
That's been the difference in the series.
Yeah, that's 28%, and that's simply too low. You should cash about 6 on an obstruction call against the defender for the Stars, Neil Megson. Tell you what, he and Tattoo have had a wonderful tussle, but a very sporting tussle.
It certainly has been very sporting.
It hasn't
They both respect each other very much, I think.
Well, it hasn't gotten ugly as it did, for instance, between Bernie James and Tattoo at times. James, a big, powerful defensive player for Cleveland, and a good defender.
All right, check that championship poster magazine on the Coca-Cola roster page. If you got lucky stars,
well, I think the fact that this series really has been quite sporting, I think, all the way through.
Yeah, there really has, despite the fact that it's been high contact, there really hasn't been a major flare of tempers that I can remember, Mike.
Not really, no. One briefly in Game 4 in Dallas when Preki got a little bit upset at a couple of officiating calls. Led to some few moments of a little bit of nastiness, but it soon blew over, and we saw no evidence of it carried over into Game 5.
Well, hopefully this sport will avoid the kind of ugly scenes that have popped into the hockey and lately the basketball playoffs in this country. Tattoo on the wing.
Keeps getting
above the glass. It's in front. Down goes the defender. Moreland for Dallas couldn't quite get high enough to head it in. Good pass, Tattoo. A missed opportunity there. Dallas, Sobieski showing a little more wandering tendency. Obviously, Dallas wants to put as much pressure on as they can, and Sobieski coming way out of the goal to act as a backline man.
Well, the Sidekicks keep getting the ball into Tattoo against the boards, and that's a great call there. One referee calls it one way, the other referee calls it the other way.
Now DeBrito is saying, no, it's against them. Baharmas comes over and says, no, there was a hold on Karpun, and Baharmas gets the call over the senior official. Mike, you hardly ever see that.
Well, you don't, especially as Gino really was a lot closer to the play than Baharmas. Maybe Baharmas had a better angle.
Shot Karpun, down goes Papaleo, but it was hit. Wait a minute.
They're going to call a foul here?
No, just a timeout for an injured player. Black.
Boy, I thought initially that Bahamas had whistled a foul in there, but Black caught that blow up beside the head. Tell you what, take a look at Black giving up his body for the cause. Oh! Oh, my! Watch the left side of his face catches that blow. I tell you what, Mike, it'll be Wednesday before his ears stop ringing.
That's right, he certainly took the full brunt of that one. You can see Spaulding right there, written across the side of his head. He gets a rocket from Karpun, possibly prevents a goal there. Papaleo was going down, ball might have beat him.
Now, Mike, they brought out the ethyl chloride. I'm not sure I'd want somebody to spray that freezing chemical on the side of my head.
Well, that ball will hurt you when he catches you with that sort of velocity. But I'm sure Black won't mind if he feels like he prevented a goal.
He may well have prevented a goal, and he, Crook, Waters, and Megson have done a marvelous job on the back line in this series for the Stars. Look at Jungle and Hinton. Jungle talks very animatedly, though, all the time. So does Hinton.
Well, you got two very intense competitors there. Jungle and Hinton.
Black heads for the Tacoma bench. We have 13:05 remaining in the third period. The Stars cling to a 2-1 lead over the Sidekicks. In this series, in the third period, Tacoma has outscored Dallas 7-4.
Wearing the star heads up there. Some guys will do anything for attention.
The drop ball situation, ball must touch the turf before it's legally in play.
Dallas wins it, but it's banged up along the boards, and Dallas gets possession back to tender for Sobieski, who, by the way, with his win Thursday night, set an all-time MISL record for having tended goal in 10 wins in the playoffs. That breaks Tino Lettieri's record of 9 set last year. Long ball into the box, guided out of there by the defender, Crook.
It's Tattoo again.
With his shadow. Tattoo tries the left foot. That doesn't work. Double team chases him off the ball. Lawson runs on. The shot is blocked. Goes 100 feet the other way.
Tacoma seems to be playing a little more defensively than they have in the earlier games in the series.
I don't know if that's a very good move, quite honestly. You really can't drill away. Oh, my! Papaleo barely gets his fingertips on that quick turn drive by Tattoo.
Well, that's what Tattoo does so well. Quick turn and gets that quick lightning shot off to the far post. Great reaction save by Papaleo.
Papaleo has been brilliant in the games he's played in this series.
There's three defenders collapsing on Tattoo again.
It's shot out of there. Tattoo doesn't hit it on net, and you seldom see that. He had Papaleo out of position. They just jumped at the chance. It really surprised him. Quickly shot it and hit it very high and wide.
We have to arrange your seats for this very special presentation. And if you must leave,
here's the previous save, Mike. Oh, that's a good save. Yes, it was a good save, because Tattoo shot the ball between the legs of Megson.
That's right. Papaleo's had a good series. Played very well here in Game 5. Was certainly a factor in the Stars winning that game 5-3.
Joey Papaleo, the former Syracuse University All-American, tended goal in 22 of the Stars' 35 regular season wins this year. The other goalkeeper on this team is a fellow named Mike Dowler, who was terrific in Dallas the other night in a losing 5-4 cause. Flick on, Preki and Lawson. Preki gets there, and Sobieski with a brilliant save.
Well, the ball just came right to Sobieski. He managed to block it away.
Long ball for Jungle off the boards. He tries to read the runs of his teammates and leaves Tuksha to set it up, and they leave Jungle alone.
They're trying to knock it into Jungle again. That's who they're looking for. There it is. Powers beats him to the ball. Towed away by Milano.
Run! Radwanski, Jungle, and Powers all get to the corner. Moreland helps out. Now Radwanski digs it out to Milano, who will run.
He's got Redwanski. Milano tries to go around. What a sliding tackle by Tuksha.
Well, Tux is having a super game tonight defensively for the Stars. Here's the dangerous Preki.
To his left foot, the drive! And Tuksha almost knocked it in off the deflection, but Sobieski did a super job.
Well, that's a bad call, I think, by Bahamas. I don't think that's a foul.
But they gave a foul against Tacoma, and that's 3 against the Stars with over 10 minutes to go here in the third period. Off the bench for the run. Tattoo leaves it for Milano, leaves it for Smith. It's in front. It hits the defender, and it's going to be knocked out of there.
And look at this. Preki steals behind the defense, goes in one-on-one.
Shot, no. Sobieski comes down and takes it off his foot. Sobieski with 3 outstanding plays in the last 3 minutes to keep Dallas only a game down. Everybody was worried about how fatigued Sobieski would be coming in, and Mike, he's been brilliant so far tonight.
Well, for the Sidekicks to win, he has to play brilliantly, and he's certainly done his part. Sidekicks defense caught terribly there, watching the ball and let Preki get in behind him, 20 yards behind the defense.
Juremovic called for obstruction, the second foul against the Sidekicks here in the third quarter, and the Stars set up a free kick with Preki to direct the attack. Inside the heel, lets it go, and oh, that was a dangerous ball that almost slipped all the way through to Sobieski. That's the kind of ball that when the target man lets it go and it goes by the defender, it can sometimes just run right by the goalie and roll right in.
That's right, wouldn't be the first time we've seen that happen.
Juremovic on the wing behind Smith. Good try just behind him. Smith making a nice diagonal run. And speaking of run, this young man can scoot, and it's taken away. Moreland stepped off the bench, took it away, and then Jungle stepped off and took it away from Moreland. What a series there. Open wing. Blessing game for Jungle. Nope. Ooh, dangerous ball there. Zungle's sort of like a 200-pound piranha. He just lurks. Just waiting for you to stick your foot in the water, and he'll chew the flesh off. And I'm telling you, he is this game's premier opportunist, Mike.
Well, he's not quite as quick as he was earlier in his career, but he's a lot smarter, and certainly a tremendous asset to this or any team.
Long, good ball ahead to Karpun. To Lawson, his drive is blocked out of bounds. Corner kick Dallas. Good play there. Karpun gaining possession in the corner to set up a dangerous corner for Dallas.
Well, that was blocked by Ralph Black's foot, and I'm sure he'd much prefer to block it with his foot than his left ear.
Oh. For the next 4 or 5 days, Ralph's favorite word is going to be A. After taking that shot to the left ear, Ralph's going to be turning his right ear to everybody talking to him.
Corner kick for the Sidekicks.
Dallas is shooing everybody. You got too many men on the floor. That's the problem. The players all thought that the man in the corner, Karpun, was signaling. Now Karpun comes off. Now Moreland comes off. Karpun comes back on. Oh, my goodness.
Well, a little bit of disorganization there in the Dallas bench.
Smith. Lawson shot. Whoa. Oh, just not on target again, though. That's the problem.
It was a blast. It'd have been on target. It'd been in the back of the net.
Or Tattoo. 3 men around him. Don't foul, screams one of the fans. Karpun for Smith and on goal. What a save. Papaleo, 2 of them. Papaleo with 2 outstanding plays.
Super play by Papaleo. He's having a great game again.
Oh, my. Joey Papaleo has been outstanding in this series. Pushed off the ball by Megson, and that's a foul. Yes, good call. That's the 4th against Tacoma, and we're not even halfway through the third period. Megson looks up, checks the fouls. He knows it's serious. Tattoo has. Now watch the hands. See, you can't do that. That's a solid call.
Yeah, he pushed him. Tattoo made a meal of it, as he often does, but it's still a foul.
McLeod tries to tap it through to Karpun on the baseline, but can't. Oh, and there's another push, and yeah, that's going to be another foul. Oh, and they call obstruction against Dallas there.
Yeah, against Smith.
Oh, Mike, he had the path to the ball, though, and was pushed from behind. That's not a good call. That's not a good call at all. Obstruction has to be prevented because it can create injuries. But when one team's man has the better path to the ball, he really can't be called for obstruction. Let's see here. Now look, Smith has the right to... Oh, no. See, he played the man, not the ball. Good call. On the replay, good call. Smith had the angle, but chose to play the man and not the ball, so the official's call was correct. To and makes, and it's loose in there, and Paulo, as he's done so often, comes out with it. We go under 7 minutes remaining. Third period in Tacoma, the Stars counterattack. Jungle to Gray. Moreland blocks it with his upper body.
Jungle again, backing in the box.
Takes it away from him. Individual run. He's got a man on the wing making a run. It's Uremovich. Tattoo's got one-on-one. This is dangerous for the Stars. Tattoo goes through sliding tackle Black. What a play, Ralph Black. It's in front, and it's loosened. That man again, Ralph Black. Poor Black has played a fine game.
Well, I think everybody's really doing well. You know, it's all on the line here to be won and lost.
Foul on Lawson for kicking the heel.
On each team.
Mike, just a thought here. Sometimes NBA final games can be poor games. So can Stanley Cup final games or World Series final games. It can be 10-0. It can be 114-93. It can be 5-1 in hockey. It could be 10-4 in indoor soccer. We are very blessed to have an outstanding final game to what has been a fine series.
It's been a super series. More goals, you know, in the other games, but there's certainly plenty of chances at both ends of the field. Tuscan again reading the game brilliantly tonight.
Tuksha has made some of the finest plays. Look at this run, Heel and Lawson. Heel gets there first, but Lawson gets the ball. Another terrific run into the fence. Stolen back there to Preki. This is dangerous. He tries to walk it through, and Lawson takes it away. Brilliant play at the other end. Ooh, dangerous ball. McLeod. Preki almost took it away from Redwanski with a sloppy pass.
Boy, McLeod did well there to hold off Preki. Don't want to give that guy that sort of chance in there.
Moreland. I really wondered if he'd be back when he was hurt late in the first half. Backing in is Milano. This is that strange unit again for Dallas. With Moreland, Uremovich, and Powers, 3 defenders, and a couple of real midfielders and no real target man. Preki, obstruction against Uremovich, yes. Preki wanted the 2-minute call, but he's not going to get it from Essie Baharmist. And Uremovich, really not a good place to make a stand right at midfield.
Well, he stuck a foot out for the ball, and Preki beat him with the ball and then couldn't get by him. Didn't have enough room to get over Uremovich. Referee deems it a foul.
That is the
5 on Dallas.
And there's 4.5 to go. Dallas now in deep danger of being a man down and having to face that potent power play of the Stars again. Ball in midfield. Scooped back by Preki. Tukshan, who's had a brilliant 7th game after a real shaky 5th game in this building 4 nights ago. Ooh, there's not a good ball at all.
I think Dallas would have much preferred, a more loosely called game by the officials. They're calling it very tight, and that I think goes against the Sidekicks' wishes.
What are they going to call here? No call. Yeah, Redwanski took a dive.
And no call is the correct call there.
Yeah, Redwanski dove wanting an obstruction against Tuksha, but it was a no-call play. Tuksha and Redwanski go at it again in the corner. Ooh, ball loosened. Trickles to the foot of McLeod, who taps it to Sobieski.
Uses the boards well and gets it back to McLeod.
3.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. Tacoma still up 1 goal. Tattoo out to get it. McLeod tries to play on the wing. Nice anticipation in the defense by Blasingame, and Waters has it. And the counterattack starts the other way. Lawson gets there first and plays the ball off the boards. Nice run by Lawson, and a nice eluding of an obstruction call by Lawson also.
Lawson's as quick as anybody out there, I believe. Crazy pass by Sobieski.
Very, very bad ball, Sobieski. Gray and Blasingame with a chance. Gray goes to the left foot and a fine block by McLeod.
McLeod's just been super throughout the playoffs for the Sidekicks. Continuing that tonight.
Black and Gray. Gee, you kind of wish... Oh, here's Jungle. But Sobieski will clean up. There's a foul. No. Oh, my. There's a trip and no call there. Either one of those could have been called.
Gray backing in again.
Looking for Lawson. Feeds it Ingram. Goes to the left foot. Loves the right, though. There's the shot. Sobieski blocks the deflection. I don't know how he ever saw the change of angle of the shot to block it.
He got across very quickly there and got a hand on it. This crowd coming alive now. Here's Ingram.
Look at this save by Chris Sobieski. Watch the ball change direction.
Just Moore comes through a gap there. Sobieski does well to see it late.
Off the tummy of Jungle and off the hands of Sobieski. 2:14 remaining third period. Same score as we had at the half. The Stars 2, the Sidekicks 1.
Sometimes your new dream boat can turn out to be a nightmare. So before you buy a boat, ask people who own boats. You'll find that more people have great things to say about Sea Ray. Sea Ray builds them strong and safe, yet graceful and beautiful. And every Sea Ray is inspected 200 times. It makes sense to start out with a Sea Ray. In fact, if it isn't a Sea Ray, you missed the boat.
This is the #1 Chrysler Plymouth dealer in Dallas. One of the men who has spent 16 years making that happen is Mr. Gary Lau.
When you're #1, the pressure is always on. That's why right now you can get the best deal on a new car or truck of your choice at Preston Chrysler Plymouth. Low prices, high trade-in values, factory rebates, and low interest rates combined to let you drive home a winner. Remember, when you say Preston, you've said a great deal. We're on Preston Road next to Valley View Mall.
Play soccer with the pros, your Dallas Sidekicks. This summer camp program began last week, continues through August. Features indoor and outdoor soccer instruction sessions at 19 locations throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The cost is $80 for boys and girls 6 through 14. If you're interested, call the Sidekicks office, 361-KICK. We're back to play, and it's knocked over the side boards by Godfrey Ingram. 2:05 remaining here in the third period. And Mike, maybe I'm misjudging the Sidekicks a bit here, but I get the feeling they'd just as soon go to the fourth period with this score, with the fact that they have 5 fouls on them now. If they could avoid scoring and fouling the last 2 minutes, I think they'd just be as happy to get to the fourth period.
Well, I think you're right. They'll still be in touch with the game, still be in touch with a chance to win it.
Ball loose midfield. Oh, my. You're watching players who have been playing this game now 8.5 months for Dallas. It's 258 days since training camp ended. This is the 74th game of the season.
What a great pass.
Through, it's in. Heel, outstanding pass, and Heel has it. And the Stars are in now a fabulous position to clinch this MISL championship.
Well, that's a marvelous pass by Brecky. Splits the defense, catches Heel in stride, goes around Sobieski, shows great composure, puts it into the empty net. Now the danger for Dallas. Down 2 goals and sitting on 5 fouls with 1:29 left in the period. They absolutely must not commit the 6th foul unless it's to prevent a goal.
Gary Heel with his 2nd goal of this game, his 7th goal in 7 games in this series. Only Jungle has scored more. He has 8. Look at the ball by Precky, who reads Heel turning on Uremovich. Heel takes it in stride. Uremovich tries to get back to the back line, can't get there. Again, the pass of Preki, absolutely phenomenal.
Well, it's got it all, hasn't it? Direction, pace, everything. Can't do it any better than that. That's a goal worthy of a championship series.
Well, for Sobieski's sake, you really can't do any more if you're a goalie and left naked like that either than he did. He forced Heel all the way to the odd angle, and Heel still picked the short corner, and there was about a foot or two to hit it into, and Heel did it. What an outstanding series we've seen, and the Stars now in fabulous position. A minute to go here in the third period. Jungle trying to draw an obstruction on Uremovich.
Well, nobody better than drawing the foul than Jungle. He's been around long enough.
Vanderbeck and Tattoo. Tattoo goes down, and there it is. 5 against Tacoma. Now we're even. Any foul committed in the rest of this period will result in a 2-minute penalty for one or the other team.
Oh, he's tripping against Preki. Tattoo shields the ball as well as any player in this league.
The key here now for both teams is to pressure the other team into doing something to foul. Ooh, Tattoo fortunate he didn't get an obstruction. He just went over and stood in the path and made no attempt to take the ball away from the Tacoma player, and you'll get a whistle for things like that.
Yeah, you've got to keep your discipline here. Keep your composure. You're not out of the game yet.
Tell you what, Mike, you're out of the game if you give up one more goal.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It'd be tough, very tough to come back from 4-1 down. In game 4 of this series, the Sidekicks trailed 4-2 and came back to win it.
Tattoo and Megson on the run. Tattoo stops, gets it in front, it bounces to Papaleo.
Wanted a handball call. That's the end of the period.
Yes, it is. The horn sounds. Gary Heel, who scored late in the first quarter, did it again, scoring late in the third quarter. The assist to Preki. And as Joe Papaleo and the Stars head for their bench, they are 15 minutes away from an MISL championship if they can hang on to that
lead. Give me a light.
That's not correct, Steve. Don't just ask for a light beer.
Come on, give me a light.
You asked for it, Steve. Yes, Steve. Bud Light, the light beer with the first name and taste.
Don't just ask for a light.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light. Steve.
Between meetings and practice when nobody was looking, my buddies and I used to sneak over to the Whataburger near the stadium. Some of my teammates could eat 6 in one setting. They were always hot and fresh, and they'd always make them just the way I loved them, with lots of everything. 'Cause to me, a burger's just not a burger without lettuce and tomato. I remember that a big part of being a cowboy was chowing down at Whataburger. But now, instead of 6, I can only tackle about 3.
This MISL season may have no more than 15 minutes left in it. Let's show you the scoring summary that's led to a 3-1 Tacoma lead with a second to go in the first period. That may still be the goal that really hurts Dallas. Heel from Megson, then Lawson ties it in the middle of the second period. Then late in the second period, on a penalty kick, Jungle, after the handball against West McLeod, scores, and you have just seen, again, late in the period, Heel score with a minute 29 remaining, 3-1 Stars. Mike, Tacoma is awfully efficient when leading after 3 periods.
Well, they're 10-2 in the playoffs this year when they're leading after 3. They've done a great job on Tattoo tonight, probably the best job they've done in any game of this series so far. If the Sidekicks are to get back in it, he's got to be the man to do it for them.
And they've got to solve young Joe Papaleo, who's been outstanding in goal. Papaleo got the call to be in goal yesterday. They didn't wait to game time. And in the paper this morning here, this was a Papaleo quote. If it boils down to the last game, you'd rather be in it. You certainly would rather be playing than watching, wouldn't you?
Well, it's not quite as tense for the players as it is for the watchers. At least the players can do something about it and can have an effect on the outcome.
Yeah, it must be awfully frustrating for people like David Stride and Pedro DeBrito, the injured sidekick players. It, to some extent, must be awfully frustrating for a coach. And on the other side of that goalie situation, I bet you it's a little frustrating for Mike Dowler, who alternates with Paulo in goal, to have to watch this final game.
Well, that's right, but Dowler did have the final game against San Diego in the semifinals that got them to this game, the 7th game of that series, which he won for the Stars.
This league has had a distinctly Dallas Tornado flavor, too. Mike Renshaw doing the analysis in it. But the last 4 years, the winning coach was a Tornado product. Kenny Cooper, who tended goal for the Dallas Tornado for so many years, and Ron Newman, who coached them for so many years, and it will continue to have that. If Tacoma wins tonight, John Best, a longtime star in Dallas, is the president of this team. Boy, a lot of Tornado players have gone on to bigger and better things from that frustrating attempt to sell outdoor soccer in Dallas. Black from the wing, his drive hits Milano. You know, this is one of the things you really appreciate about Tacoma, though. Up to a lot of teams would simply be flying back into their defensive end, and Tacoma continues to pressure.
Tattoo on the boards there, but again, 2 men on him. And of course, Alan Hinton's an ex-Tornado player as well, the coach of the Tacoma Stars.
One can still see those long, curling corners of his.
Sidekicks have got to go for it now.
Shot blocked. Bounces out to Tattoo.
On the boards, 2 men on him again.
Tattoo's real name, Antonio Carlos Pecorari. Oh, Milano goes down, and it's a foul called
against Davis for pulling him down.
In or out of the box? Out of the box, so it'll be a direct kick from a dangerous situation for Dallas. And that's the first foul of this quarter against the Stars. Gino DeBrito shooing the defensive line of the Stars back. You've got to give the team that has the free kick a certain amount of space.
Sidekicks desperately need to get the next goal.
Tattoo right out in the middle. Milano's going to tap it to Lawson. Instead, the shot doesn't go on net. Had it gone on net, Tacoma was preoccupied with Tattoo, and Lawson had a lane, and now Lawson, a bit frustrated that he's not shooting it on net, fouls Davis.
Well, I think you'd have to say so far that the difference in this game is that the Sidekicks' opportunities, the shots they've had, there's too many of them off the target. What a great save by Sobieski, heel alone.
This is the danger. You've got to fly forward. You've got to attack. And you've got to hope your goalie can withstand the counterattacks, sometimes all by himself. Here come the Stars again. 4 men break down the floor. You got to love Tacoma continuing to pressure this game. There's the man in Crook, knocked away from him. There's Preki left foot. Look out! Sobieski jumps out to cover the corner. Oh, Preki to the left foot again. Blocked in the defense by Uremovich. Mike, if Tacoma wins this series, and they're up 2 goals with less than 13 to play, you've really got to hand it to this team. Look at them continue to attack. It's loose in front. A lot of other teams in this league, Mike, would fold back and play that panty-waist, low-pressure game, and Tacoma will not do it.
That's right. They certainly are looking for opportunities every chance they get. Marlon with the ball.
Left footer. Oh, it hits the post.
Deflection. Beat Papaleo. Ball hit the post.
Oh.
Sidekicks can't catch a break right now.
The goal that would have gotten Dallas back in it caught Wood instead of Twine. Lawson's drive is off the boards. There's bad luck for Dallas. But of course, in the first half, Tacoma hit a crossbar, so we're even on shots that have hit Wood in this game.
Certainly doesn't count unless you get it between the sticks. This place really rocking and rolling here. The crowd can sense the win here on the cards for the Stars.
I'm glad you didn't say it's in the Stars, Mike.
There's Blessingame breaking free.
He's got Megson on the other side. His shot misses. Megson's shot was in, but it hit Powers, and then another drive that was point blank hit a defender. My goodness.
11:30 to play now. This game's really end to end. The Sidekicks throwing everything into it. They've got 11 minutes, just more than, in their season.
Listen to this crowd. It's going bonkers.
We play 7 months for this.
Tattoo into Milano. Paulo falls on it. Oh, my. This is as good as it gets. As the beer commercial says, it doesn't get any better than this.
Tattoo again, the ever-present mix, and he beats him this time.
Beats him to the corner.
Papaleo's up to it.
Stops it. Papaleo outstanding in this game. Tuksha, who's been outstanding himself. Look at the run by Tuksha. Gets it to Ingram. Ingram out there. Sobieski with another brilliant save. Did not bite too quickly. Stayed back, covered the far corner. The crowd is on an emotional roller coaster in the Tacoma Dome. Milano's drive. Papaleo gets a piece of the rebound. Milano takes it away. Crowd wants a foul. They're going to get none of that. I don't get a feeling the officials are going to blow many whistles in this final going. 10-15 remaining. In front, Tattoo turns to his right, goes to the corner, drive off the boards, hits in front, knocked down in front is Moreland, but after he hit the ball, there's the left foot drive and McLeod gets dropped up over the glass. No, stays in play. What pressure the Sidekicks are putting on. What defense by the Stars. Lawson runs on. One touches into the corner. Hit post and stays out again. Sidekicks come by break right now.
Tacoma's been living right for sure.
2 posts in the last 4 minutes, or this could have been tied. Oh my goodness.
Good change there by the Stars. Black gets on. Moreland closes him down. Preki
blocked by Lawson. Down go the 2 players. Lawson falls over Preki. Both are up. Both are fine. Dallas 3-on-3 run. Tattoo with it. Will go to Redwanski.
That's McLeod.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's McLeod. I thought it was 9, not 8. Ball in front. Turning on it is Karpun. Can't get any.
Kicks away from him by Black.
Here comes the run of the Tacoma player, digging along the boards, digging its waters, and Smith who go together, and Dallas wins the ball.
Well, 9 minutes to play. Sidekicks still don't think they're out of it, and they're certainly not. Things can change quickly in this game. We've seen it all season.
But Dallas has got to start hitting net instead of wood. They've hit 2 posts in the 4th quarter. Redwanski's the target man. Powers tries to go through to him. So does Smith. Neither can do it. Stars get the ball back. Gray chopped from behind. Stars keep possession. Black.
Go 3-on-2.
Gray on his right.
Gets back.
Intercepted Powers. Here comes the counterattack.
Boy, Mike Powers has had a great season for the Sidekicks. What an unsung hero he's been for them all year.
3-1 Stars. 8:20 to go. 4th period. Final game of the MISL season. Tattoo and Waters go at it. Tattoo pops it up, gives it back to the wing, running on the ball. McLeod left foot's just a touch high of the goal.
Just missed that upper corner there again by about 3 or 4 inches.
Papaleo has been brilliant, but he's had a helper. The post has saved 2 for him. Take nothing away from the young man, though. He's been brilliant in goal.
Well, it's a game of inches. And the difference right now has been the finishing of the Tacoma Stars, as it has been all season.
No foul trouble at all in the period. 1-1. Neither team in any foul trouble. In fact, at the timeout, I'll bet you the coaches will instruct their teams there are fouls to give in this situation, if you feel necessary. Interception, Dallas. Vanderbeck goes by down along the boards. Yeah, that's going to be obstruction, Tacoma.
Well, Mexon left Tattoo there, realized the danger of Vanderbeck and closed him down. Unfortunately for the Stars, the referee judged that he made a foul.
Dallas will set up the free kick. Moreland tries to get it around to Vanderbeck, but Tuksha is there again, ever present tonight. Vanderbeck digs it away from him. Back heels, Moreland, shot about a half a foot high of the crossbar.
Sidekicks got about 4 or 5 goals quite easily in this period.
Rick Randall and Larry Hewitt, please report to your positions. Rick Randall.
You know, you wonder how long Dallas can keep this up, facing a 2-goal deficit and not getting scores. You wonder when the gas tank simply shows empty. Down goes the Stars player. Up comes the Stars player. Boy, it's tight in there right now.
They've not give up all year. I can't see him doing it now.
Ball just pinball through there. Oh, and the defender, Blasingame, gets to it for the Stars. Lawson
dangerous
runs on.
Lawson.
He's going to go right foot, try it off the boards, and Blasingame gets a piece of it.
Nice block there by Blasingame.
Good job, Dave.
Ingrid gets on. We've seen him now, yes.
They form the attack. They get the runners and the defenders. Crooken makes it off. They get a fresh set of defensive legs on in Waters. And this is the line that's been dangerous. Heel, the man with the balls, had 2 of the 3. Foul, Dallas.
6:39 to play. Tattoo has gone off for what you would suspect to be his last break. Next time he comes on, he's going to stay on to the end of the game.
Well, about now, too, you got to start thinking of a 6th attacker for Dallas. You need 2 goals, not 1, and you certainly can't wait long to get it.
Well, you can wait at least another 2 to 3 minutes. You don't want to do it too early. Goals can come quickly in this game. I would think with about 3 minutes to play, if the score stays the same, Coach Gordon Jago will pull Sobieski, put in a field player with a goalie's shirt on, and go for it.
Mike, you can do that on the fly, can't you?
Yes, they normally call a timeout. It's a bit risky trying to do it on the fly, I think.
But if need be, you can do it on the fly. Ball, nice pass here for Powers. Got the ball, but Ingram had come over and covered. Yurimovich tries to board the ball to Redwanski, and Waters with a fine play to shield him from it. And now Tacoma's going to go into this game, which is good, smart play. Rather than try to dribble it out, flick it out to midfield, kill a little time. Ball in the middle, Redwanski can't control.
Tacoma's definitely gone into the counter-attack mode now. I mean, they're playing low pressure now. They're trying to protect the 3-1 lead. Look for the break when they get it.
But at this point, that's good strategy under 6 minutes to go and 2 goals ahead. Ball off the board, out to the midfield again, and Sobieski will come out to cover. Moreland on. Smith off. Milano's ball blocked. Gray has it. And a poor pass to McLeod. McLeod and Tattoo. It's loose in there and it rolls to Papaleo. Terrible pass by Gray. Set up a real opportunity for Dallas.
Good block by Waters there.
Uh-oh, what do we got here?
Delay a game against Papaleo. He's only got 5 seconds to get rid of the ball. When he gets it in his hands, the referee ruled that he took longer than 5 seconds.
The referee sets up the line.
Inside 5 minutes to play.
On the right is Moreland, and he's uncovered. He's uncovered. There he is. Shot. Oh, and hits Papaleo on the back as it came off the wood and then pops out.
There's a counterattack.
Ingram.
Sobieski with the head.
Wow. And we get a break here, and we're going to have the timeout, I believe. Whoa! Fast and furious action. 4:47 to go. 287 seconds before the Tacoma Stars right now would be crowned champions of the Major Indoor Soccer League.
A message from the Black Eyed Pea. Why home may not be the best place for home cooking tonight. The Black Eyed Pea, on the other hand, is always the best place for home cooking. We cook your favorites from family recipes with the finest ingredients, served in generous portions with lots of loving care. So come on over to our kitchen, the Black Eyed Pea. Home cooking worth going out for.
Rodney D. Young presents insurance expert auto liability and reasons to buy from RDY. Reason 43, low monthly payments.
It's true. At Rodney D. Young, you don't have to pay for 6 months or a year all at once. You pay for your insurance the way you use it, 1 month at a time. Low monthly payments leave you more spending money, and leaving you money is reason number 1 to buy from RDY.
Think young, Rodney D. Young.
Call 943-7303 today.
This telecast is authorized under rights granted to Home Sports Entertainment and is intended for the non-commercial use of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the expressed written consent of Home Sports Entertainment and the Dallas Sidekicks is prohibited. 4:47 to go. Let's show you the sights and sounds of the Tacoma Dome. in possession.
Sidekicks have still not gone to the sixth attacker.
Oh,
I don't expect them to do it until about 3 minutes remaining.
Sobieski went down after kicking the ball back there. Here's Milano to put the pressure on. And he goes to his right foot looking for Tattoo, who now backs toward the goal. And Milano's pass gets through, but not to the foot of Tattoo. Counter-attack, 2-on-1, no, 2-on-2. Mason's got Flassing in the wing, the pass behind him. Valuable time ticks away from the Dallas Sidekicks as the flipper, Greg Blasingame, gets to the bench, and coming on is Preki. Preki turns, tripping foul. Dallas possession goes to Tacoma, 4:02 remaining.
Tattoo's just staying down the Tacoma end of the field now. He's going to try to play 1-against-1 with Mason down that end. Let his teammates play 4-against-4 at the other end.
Tacoma swings the ball around the Dallas defense. Time drips away from the Sidekicks. We go under 3:40. And Preki tracks all the way back, gives it to Mason to Jungle, the target man. Oh, control back to Preki.
Well, they're running a lot of time off the clock.
Good tackle, Lawson. Tattoo looks for help. There is none as he runs out 1-on-4. And nobody ever did come back to support him. Strange there. No Dallas player made a run on either wing.
They're going to try and get it back to Sobieski to get on the sixth attacker.
And there it is. 3:05. Mike, you missed it by 5 seconds. You called the timeout at 3.
Well, the mistake there was that Sobieski's picked the ball up, and that's an illegal play because the ball was carried back over the red line by the Sidekicks. When that happens, when you carry the ball back over your own red line, the goalkeeper must play it with his feet, not with his hands. That's a mental error there by the Sidekicks that they can certainly ill afford at this stage.
That's a violation that will give the ball back to the Stars. Let's see how much time it costs them. Or, heavens, a goal it costs them. Jungle. Left wing! It's right through the legs of Sobieski on the rebound. Milano now must get it out to get it back in, basically. That's what they're trying to do, but look at the pressure the Stars are putting on. Everybody's signaling timeout. Now they can do it, yes, as long as he doesn't pick it up. And it cost the Sidekicks 16 precious seconds.
Well, see, then he could have picked it up because the ball, having been won by the Sidekicks, never left their defensive zone. It stayed inside their defensive zone. He could have picked that ball up.
Let's see who the sixth attacker will be. Sobieski will come off. The goalie's jersey, however, must be worn by the person who replaces Sobieski.
Well, had you said at the start of this telecast that the Sidekicks would hold the Stars to 3 goals with 2:48 remaining, you would have thought Dallas would have won this game.
Well, what we wouldn't have counted on, though, was the superb backline play of Cooksha, Mexon, Waters, and Crook. The tremendous goalkeeping of Papaleo, and 2 goals off the post.
That's been the key right there.
Well, either one of them really has been a key, Mike. If just one of them would have gone in, Dallas, which would have been rewarded with the high pressure, would have had much more momentum at this point of the game. Now, it's possible 2 goals in 2:48.
Tattoo's had a long season, taken a lot of abuse throughout the league, a lot of physical abuse. He's banged up and battered, and he's been held in check tonight by Megson and his teammates. The times he has broke free and hit shots, he's either hit the post or Papaleo's been equal to the task.
2:48 remaining. You're watching the MISL Championship Series, which has been a ding-dong dilly. The sixth attacker is Kevin Smith. Milano.
Dallas has not had a lot of success with the sixth attacker, but too late for that now. You've got to throw caution to the winds. Might as well lose 10-1 as 3-1 in a final game.
That's right. That is past the goalie. McLeod, left footer, blocked down Papaleo. Out it comes. Papaleo with a good, confident play there. That is literally the Dallas goalie. Smith, it's in! It's in! Karpun, 2:25 to go. There's life in the body of the Sidekicks yet. And Mike, win or lose, this is the way this series should have ended. Somebody had had one goal to the last 2:25. This is the way it should have ended. If you write the script, this is how it should end.
Well, they made it look so easy then. Smith, with a rocket shot into the box, and Karpun just got a left foot on it, deflected it past Papaleo. No chance for Papaleo on this one.
Smith just runs on, gets 4 full steps, a line drive that Karpun gets a leg on, and it crawls into the corner. Watch Karpun just stick out a hoof and knock it past Waters and Papaleo. Dallas puts Smith back in goal now. He's back in the goal mouth with all the rights of a goalie. Once he leaves that box, he's like any other player, must play it with his hands.
Well, Tacoma's trying to they're going to try and keep possession here and work for one good chance because they know Smith is not really a goalkeeper. Back to Papaleo, must play with his feet and does.
And a break for Dallas as Jungle heads the ball over the sideboard. 2:16 to go. Here comes Dallas. Now in fact, Dallas even got a break in that they got to rest a couple of their attacker types during that possession.
Well, Jungle had to try and attempt to head that ball because had he not, it would have gone over 3 lines and Sidekicks would have had possession anyway.
2:16 remaining. The anxious Stars hang over their sideboards. Are they 2:16 away from a title or 2:16 away from overtime? Smith runs on, winds up. No, he goes to the left foot. Milano will not fire. Smith goes to the right foot. In the corner, Lawson in front. It's smothered by the defense. Tattoo. It's in. No, it's in. It's a goal. Tattoo. It's a goal. And when it came out, and do you believe, as Al Michaels said, in miracles, 2 goals in less than a minute with the 6th attacker.
Well, they've hardly had any success with the 6th attacker all season. Smith again set it up. Karpun's shot was blocked. Came out to Tattoo. Free in the penalty area. That's the one guy out there you don't want to give that sort of room to. He never misses from there. Didn't then. 3-3. Minute 58 to play. Sobieski back in goal.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable. Dallas frustrated time after time after time. The defender goes down. Tattoo in an open left corner just rockets it in there.
Here it is on the replay. You see Karpun trying to dig it out. Ball comes out.
Great
Tattoo.
Karpun.
Kaboom! Rifle into the roof of the net.
The bad luck for Tacoma was Papaleo got caught up in the mess in front of his goal and couldn't get back to his line. About now, Tattoo and Megson go at it. Tattoo down the boards. About now, I bet you Dallas would just as soon say, hey, can we get a break and then go to overtime? Knocked over the boards by the Stars, 1:37 remaining.
Well, you've got to think Dallas really deserved that. The pressure they put on really throughout the 4th period, nothing to show for it, and then all of a sudden, in no time flat, as we said, this game can change quickly, and it's certainly changed now.
Mike, but let's face it, this will happen once in every 400 or 500 games.
Well, that's for this series. Everything has happened in this series. There's Tattoo now.
Megson marking him. In fact, 2 people marking him in front. Papaleo gets on that one.
Trying to play it back to himself.
1:29 remaining in the 4th period. We're tied. We're a minute and 20 now away from overtime. The Stars cautiously trying to lead their end. They play it back to Papaleo. Dallas puts high pressure on the defense. Backtracking Preki. 2 men take it, and Smith steals the ball. Redwanski's on the wing. He calls for the ball. Lawson on the run. 1:03 remaining. Ball in front. It's knocked off the defender by Karpun.
An inch away from Smith connecting with that with the right foot. Karpun came in late behind and couldn't get enough on it. Here's the Stars.
And Jungle pops off the bench to take the pass. Beautifully
done. The dangerous Preki with Karpun on him. They don't want that.
Preki goes around.
Karpun makes the play.
Karpun gets a piece of it, and the Dallas defense chips it out past their red line. Preki picks it up. Lawson's got to mark him. The ball off Lawson's chest. Less than 40 seconds. It's in front. Jungle. No! Redwanski gets it. Is a breakaway possible? Redwanski goes around Waters. Yes, it is. It's 1-1. Redwanski tries to play the ball off the boards to himself.
He didn't put enough meat on it. Didn't have enough enough on it to get it there. Black read it beautifully.
20 seconds to go. Let's let you simply watch the last 20 seconds of regulation. Diving save, Papaleo.
Ball got a deflection. Milano again blocked. We're going to overtime. We're going to overtime.
Outrageous. Outrageous. The stunned crowd in the Tacoma Dome can't believe it. 2 minutes and 48 seconds ago, Dallas was down 2 goals, taking a timeout to set up the 6th attacker. And then bang, bang. Karpun, tattoo. Milano just misses. Gordon Jago leading the cheers. Tell you what, I don't know if the players need a break, but I know Michael Renshaw and I do. It's 3-3. We're headed for overtime. Why is it that I get the feeling it should have ended like this? Don't go away.
In a recent taste test between Tostitos brand and another leading tortilla chip, the other guys got beat nearly 2-1.
Pardon me. We're not surprised.
Tostitos are so fresh and crisp, why try the rest? You can't beat the best.
Mild jalapenos. Mmm, tangy cheese. Seasoned together on Tostitos. New jalapeno and cheese flavored Tostitos brand tortilla chips. The newest reason to taste Tostitos.
Big Billy's got great, big, beautiful bunches of Mazdas. Sakes alive! Check out the new Mazda 4-wheel drive. Yep, it's Mazda's brand new 4x4. He's got the best deals and more on every Mazda 4x4.
Big Billy is still #1.
Keep on trucking, Big Billy.
Big Billy's married. Big Billy's married.
Brandy serves home-style meals to all the people who got wheels. Chicken, ribs, and country steak. And you never ever have to wait. I mean, home cooking packed to go. Even for a hurrying Joe. Load the kids and get it to go at Grandy's, your king of the road. Grandy's, when you just can't wait for a home-cooked meal.
This is the 8th time a playoff game has gone to overtime this year. Only twice has the home team won in the previous 7. And both of those, Dallas won at home in overtime. The longest overtime game in the history of this league in the playoffs. We just left on Thursday. Here's the last goal, Mike.
Push Milano over to Smith. Plays it in the corner there. Lawson, one touch to Karpun. Blocked there by Waters. Ball dug out and comes to the only guy in there. Tacoma doesn't want to get it. Tattoo. I've said often, it's very difficult to control Tattoo for 60 minutes.
We are underplay in the overtime. Let us explain overtime to you. First score wins. Gray. Ingram's alone. Left foot blocked in the defense by, of all people, Willie Milano. Ingram goes to his right foot, tries to play the ball off the glass. Dangerous. Reverse English ball that Sobieski picks off. 3-on-2 Dallas if Milano can play the ball. He gets it to Tattoo. It goes up over the glass. Who gets it?
Tacoma ball, yes. Mexon kicked it against Tattoo and over the glass. 29 seconds gone in the overtime. What a way to win. What a poor way to lose.
Well, you know, the wonderful thing is somebody here is going to be ecstatic after this game. Terrible thing is somebody's going to lose this remarkable athletic event. Jungle.
Great
pass there. Ball to Gray. Right foot, right in front, gets right past Ingram. Ingram just stopped his run trying to read what was happening. Jungle turns, knocked out of there by the defense as the pressure's really being put on by the Stars in the first couple of minutes. There's a banging on the boards, and yeah, that's going to be a foul. Foul against Dallas. 14:06 remaining.
Tacoma's had the better of the first minute of the overtime. They've recovered from their shell-shockedness.
Yes, they have, and Jungle will take it. He's got Megson lurking out at the point, and that's where he goes with it. And the ball hits Karpun right in the kisser. Out it goes Dallas and Tacoma reforms. Chip to the wing. Defender Black looking for Jungle, the ever present, intercepted by Moreland. Oh my, that was and hit from behind. Jungle just runs down the Dallas player.
There's Tattoo, again, he shields the ball well. He just gets his body between the opponent and the ball. He gets hit from behind. That's a foul.
Here comes Dallas. McLeod on the run. No advantage.
It's back for Lawson.
Both blasting games played well in this year. Radwanski tries to go around Crook and another foul. Look out here. That's 2 quick fouls on the Stars.
That's a good call because Crook was beaten.
And Radwanski
let the ball run, hit the boards. He turned. He had Crook beaten. Crook body checked him down.
That was a play-on play for Radwanski. He let it go and tried to play on, and Crook got him. It can strike any time.
Lawson's got the ability to go by this player.
Around Gray, stops. 2 men go after him, and it's taken away. Played the blasting game. This guy is quick. Taken away by McLeod. What a play by McLeod.
What a series McLeod has had. What a total playoff picture he's had. Tremendous. He's done everything else with him.
To the red line. And now Radwanski wants off and gets off. And they get on Tattoo. And Tattoo is not being marked by Megson. Look out here. This is an advantage, Dallas.
Free kick. Foul against Tuxer.
The Stars starting to get into deep foul trouble here. That's 3 against them in this overtime period. And we've got 12:45 remaining. Same rules in overtime. You pile up 6 fouls and you have to sit out a man for 2 minutes and play a man short. Uremovich and Powers in the back line. Milano, Smith, and Tattoo the front line. Long ball, they're going to play it off the boards for Tattoo. Going to turn it right foot in front. Here's Milano with a shot. Papaleo get an arm out to cover the short corner.
Milano hit a rocket and Papaleo was so quick. Got on it immediately.
Tuxer stops. Beautiful stop play and a nice interception, Uremovich. And here comes the counterattack. No. Smith will turn it and play it back. And now Dallas will form the attack. Papaleo with a season-saving save. Oh, my. Mike, that ball was a 10th of a second from ending the season.
That's right. If he got there that much quicker, it'd have been in behind him before he could react.
And Mike, that wasn't a deflection. He got all of the ball. If he just got a piece of it, that ball would have still gone in the net. If he deflects it up or down, the ball still goes in the net. It was hit that hard.
Tremendous save. Sobieski under pressure just lobs it down towards Karpun, beaten by Tuxer.
Moreland cleans up for Dallas. 11:25 remaining. We're in sudden death. Really, the time doesn't mean anything, except that there's a plane waiting 3 hours from now. But
McLeod made a mistake there. He's left Sobieski.
Oh, mistake.
Yeah, McLeod ran inside. Sobieski needed him out wide on the boards.
And McLeod and Sobieski exchanging heated gestures, each pointing at something.
Well, McLeod wanted Sobieski to knock it long. He felt like Karpun was open enough downfield.
Here is this save by Joey Papaleo. Look at this ball. He's all alone. He's naked. Whoa!
That's a great save. Save of the game, that.
Radwanski away from Ingram. Taking back Jungle. Look out here. Cutting off the angle. Sobieski to pick up the rebound. Long ball out on the wing where Smith is open with a lot of room to run. Now he stops because Preki was going to cut off the angle on him. Good ball here from McLeod to continue. McLeod continues. Tries to play it to Radwanski. Dallas keeps the ball. Dallas getting some rest for Tattoo here. He played about the last 3 or 4 minutes solid.
He's the key man for them. Tattoo's back on as Radwanski goes off.
Powers stripped. Here comes the counterattack. The dangerous Preki flicked away beautifully by Mike Powers again.
Powers just got a toe on it as Preki was breaking free down the middle.
Look out, Milano. Oh, he's going to man
Well, he wanted a foul. He's claiming that heel flipped his heel. Didn't get it.
3-on-2. Look at Moreland's run to get back. Look at Moreland's running. Oh, he's out of the goal. Oh, Sobieski made a mistake there, and Dallas gets out incredibly fortunate.
Well, Sobieski misjudged the pace of the ball off the boards, and the bounce beat him.
Stolen from Tattoo. 2-on-3 back.
The dangerous Preki.
Look out, left foot. He goes right foot instead. Tackled by Moreland. What a play by Moreland, who just stripped him. There's Preki. Wing. Jungle heads for the target. Sliding tackle. Wes McLeod. And then Karpun knocks it down the length. And down goes the Stars player right at the base of the bench there. Jungle tries to run the corner with Uremovich, and Steve Jungle with the ball. Megson, who's got 2 goals in the series. And the Stars will form this one as well as they can. Ralph Black orchestrates.
Looking for Jungle in the corner.
Uremovich nicely played. They're going to call a foul on Jungle for hooking Radwanski.
That's 4.
That's 4 on Tacoma. 8:43 remaining. Jungle talks to no one in particular. Watch the arm of Jungle now. Watch the arm. See the hook there? See the hook? That's a foul. That's a foul. You can use the body to lean, but once you use the arms out there, they're going to call it, Mike.
That's right. They called it then against Steve. Game of inches.
McLeod. Tuksha, who's been brilliant today, does a great job. Boy, Karpun floors him though. Ingram intercepts. And Karpun directs traffic and says, you go get it. Sobieski cuts it off, and Dallas keeps the pressure on. McLeod around Ingram for Radwanski. Nice block ball there. Here comes the run. Megson. No. Radwanski digs it out again. He leaps the sideboards. He didn't go through the door. Radwanski ran to the bench and leaped the sideboards.
Tattoo with that quick shot. Misses the far post by inches again.
Oh! Radwanski's hustling to get off. Got Tattoo on and almost got the goal that won the championship. The shot! What a shot! Midfield knocked away, and Megson has to cover up. Papaleo's made 2 brilliant saves, and Tattoo's just missed a corner. Look out here. Sobieski has to come out. That's going to be 3-line. No!
Tattoo saves it.
Great play, Tattoo, to keep it in play, or it would have been back at the Dallas end for a setup. 7 minutes remaining in this first sudden death overtime.
3 against 2.
All alone, Gray. Dallas got caught in a switch, and Sobieski with a diving save. Here comes the counterattack. There's a wing over here. It's diving off the bench at the ball is Blasingame. And
great substitution there by the Stars.
Oh, my.
There's officials.
Oh, my. Officials want a timeout here. Papaleo, who's been brilliant in the game, heads for the bench. It's breath-catching time in Tacoma. We've played 8 minutes and 15 seconds of sudden death so far, and Tacoma's almost died suddenly twice, but it's still tied. Next goal wins whenever it comes. Stay with us. MISL Championship Soccer continues after these messages.
It was so simple. Really, a direct electrical charge here heats up the carbonized filament here, which in turn excites the gases trapped in here, and voila!
Well, it's very nice, Thomas, but I wanted a Bud Light.
If you want the great taste of Bud Light, ask for it.
Don't feel bad, Thomas. It's not a complete loss.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
I think this market has missed talk radio.
Norm Hitzges on Talk Radio.
I think that talk radio is absolutely crucial for a city. Here, you can pick up the phone and call us anytime. Our station provides a service. We provide information. Gobs and gobs of information. We basically take the place of the morning paper in the lifestyle of the 80s.
Listen to Norm Hitzges, mornings on KLIF, Talk Radio 1190.
We hope that wherever you are, you're enjoying this climax of the MISL season. First, this brilliant save by Papaleo. Boy, Mike, it doesn't get any better, does it? And then at the other end, look at Sobieski.
Dives to his right, gets enough on it to keep it out of there. Velocity shot there.
My name is Norm Hitzges, alongside the former coach and star player for the Dallas Tornado, Mike Renshaw. You're watching live MISL soccer. Foul Dallas, the second on Dallas in this overtime period. It's on tattoo. Billy Phillips, the backup goalie, next to Gordon Jago. And then to the right there is John Hedlund, a defender who's not played in this game.
Oh, John's a young player, rookie. Bit risky to risk him in this game, I think.
Yeah, Dallas also doesn't have, by the way, Hayden Knight available. He was sick. And Mickey Kydes dressed instead. Going around, McLeod is healed. McLeod wanted a hooking foul, but it was on McLeod for hooking. That's 3 fouls on Dallas. Here's Milano with a steal. He comes the other way. It's Tattoo and Milano on the attack. He's got Lawson on the wing. If he can find him, there he is. Lawson one touches, fires. It comes around the keeper and past Milano. What a bullet Lawson hit from the wing, but not on net.
There's not anybody out there can hit it harder than him.
No, not even the great players. The Tattoo or the Jungle hits it harder. Now they could catch Tacoma, and it's a switch here. No, Tacoma gets off quickly enough.
Sidekicks make a change as well, though, so Karpun slows it down.
Well, they've got all the guns out there now for Dallas. Lawson, Milano, Tattoo, and Karpun. You can't put more offense on the floor for Dallas. Tattoo tries to go around, makes it, gets the shot off.
Karpun, that's it! The Dallas Sidekicks.
It's in!
1987 MISL champions. Tattoo with a blast. Karpun with the goal.
It's over. The Dallas Sidekicks have won. Down 2 goals with 2:48 remaining in the 4th period. And the Sidekicks have stunned the Tacoma Stars. A mob scene on the floor for Dallas. Exhaustion and frustration for the Stars. Beautiful. Tattoo. I don't think Karpun got any piece of it. I think that's a Tattoo goal, though I can't be sure. It is Karpun. They ruled that Karpun got a piece of it. Let's just listen to this celebration. Unbelievable is the word of Kevin Smith. Isn't that the truth? Look at the Tacoma people. I don't think they really yet have, it hasn't sunk in that these balloons are not going to come down this season. This is a shattered 21,728 crowd.
The Championship Series MVP Player Award, and finally the presentation of the MISL Championship Trophy to the Dallas Stars.
The sportsmanship in this series has been unbelievable. Let's take you down to the floor where Mike Renshaw is in the midst of that melee somewhere. Michael.
On the floor here, the Tacoma Dome with the winning goal scorer, Mark Karpun. Tell me your feelings, Mark.
I don't even know what my feelings are. I'm too tired to talk, but unbelievable. The way we came back, and in overtime we dominated, and we just hung together as a unit, and it all worked out again. Unbelievable.
Turning point, you think was a turning point in the game or even the series?
We thought a turning point was going to be when they scored on that penalty kick. That really deflated our tires. We really didn't believe it was a foul, and consequently the next goal put us down 2 goals instead of 1, and we hung in there, and we were frustrated around goal, but finally we pulled our goalie, got 2 big goals, and that really lifted us up and took us over the top.
You can't get a better fairy story ending. 2:48 to play. You're down by 2 goals. You pull the goalkeeper, not been successful all year. You get 2 goals in less than a minute.
I don't even know how it happened because we worked so hard for, 55 minutes and the ball just wasn't going in for us, and all of a sudden it does. There's no explanation for it, but there's a lot of credit and a lot of pride in this team.
Congratulations, Mark. Now back up to you, Norm.
It's all right.
The hero, Mark Karpun, here's the goal that wins it. Tattoo beats 2 defenders. Fires it in front. Karpun, lurking on the doorstep of Papaleo, flicks it up off his arch and into the net. The double team of Tattoo eventually cost the Stars. Both defenders went with Tattoo, leaving Karpun alone at Papaleo's doorstep. That is Gordon Jago. That is Jan Rogers, one of the owners, the blonde lady on the left. And let's go back to Mike, who has, well, which one is it, Mike? Ask him. Is it Doc Lawson or Adolphus Lawson you're going to talk to?
Doc Lawson here. Doc, you scored the first goal. Tell us about it.
Well, we came out and they started to pressure us. I decided that, they got the first goal. We were a little bit relaxed. And the guys came up to me and said, look, we need to get back in this game, and you got to go out there and do it for us. We worked so hard all year. I got a good shot, and all I wanted was one chance, and I stuck it in the back of the net.
What a tremendous comeback. 3-1 down, seemingly lost. How did you do it?
Well, we've been counted out before. As I said at the beginning of this series, we had a mission, and never count the Dallas Sidekicks out. We have a way of bringing ourselves back to life, and it just shows a great character and a lot of team spirit that we have in this organization. We never say die, and now we are the champions. We just took it to the top.
Has it sunk in yet? I mean, how do you feel?
Not yet. I think it's going to take a few days, but as soon as I put that fat ring on my finger, I know I'm going to feel it in.
You've deserved it as much as anybody out here, Doc.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
All right, thank you.
Back up to you, Norm.
Well, that's 1 ring on the finger. Stay with us. We'll be back with more interviews from the floor. We'll also have the details of a Dallas City parade for the Sidekicks and the return flight information of the Sidekicks for tomorrow.
They come forward. John.
In a recent taste test between Tostitos brand and another leading tortilla chip, the other guys got beat nearly 2-1.
Pardon me. We're not surprised.
Tostitos are so fresh and crisp, why try the rest? You can't beat the best.
Ah, mild jalapenos. Mmm, tangy cheese, seasoned together on Tostitos. New jalapeno and cheese flavored Tostitos brand tortilla chips. The newest reason to taste Tostitos.
Big Billy's got great, big, beautiful bunches of Mazdas. Sakes alive! Check out the new Mazda 4-wheel drive. Yep, it's Mazda's brand new 4x4. He's got the best deals and more on every Mazda 4x4.
Big Billy is still #1.
Keep on trucking, Big Billy.
Big Billy's favorite. Big Billy's favorite.
Grandy serves home-style meals to all the people who got wheels. Chicken, ribs, and country steak. And you never ever have to wait. I mean, home cooking packed to go. Even for a hurrying Joe. Load the kids and get it to go at Grandy's, your king of the road. Grandy's, when you just can't wait for a home-cooked meal.
In other sports, they say the ring is the thing. The thing that this was played for has just been presented, the trophy. Here's Mike Renshaw with the
league MVP tattoo. You've scored some great goals for this club. None better or more important than that one you scored with less than 2 minutes to play.
Well, I thought that the game was over and we pulled the goalkeeper, was 3-1 down. And, we get that chance and, I'm happy it happened and our team deserved it. I'll tell you, we played great.
Well, Mexon did a great job on you again, but, you managed to break free and it's very tough to hold you for 60 minutes. I've said it all season. When you got the chance, you rifled it in.
Well, he's been doing a great job, but, I was there and you know, what can you say? You know, I think a good thing about me this year is I'm more patient with myself. You know, I don't get frustrated if the things don't work well. And thank you, God, you know, we just score. But sorry, I have to go with the guys.
They're making the victory lap right now. They don't want to make it without you. Go and join them. Back up to you, Norm.
Ladies and gentlemen, back on the field.
What an outrageous story this game makes. The MVP of the league tattoo and of this playoff series will take a ride on the shoulders. You might say this is a symbol of something. All year long he carried the Sidekicks, and the season ends with the Sidekicks carrying him. Monday at 6:30 in Dallas at the City Hall, there will be a parade. There will be a parade starting at the City Hall and going to Reunion Arena. It starts at 6:30 Monday evening. The Sidekicks team will return to Dallas tomorrow. It lands at 1:51 at DFW Airport on an American Airlines flight from the Seattle-Tacoma Airport. There's the details of the victory parade. Now let's go to Mike Renshaw with one of the owners, Jan Rogers.
I mean, you know, they've been totally ineffective. It's not on camera.
Mysterious way.
Down on the floor again with Sidekicks majority owner Jan Rogers. Jan, tell me how you're feeling right now.
I don't know how I feel. It's so exciting. It's wonderful. I feel terrific.
I mean, I just can't believe they came back like that. 3-1 down. I mean, 2 minutes to play. Pull the goalkeeper.
It's been the story all year, hasn't it, Mike?
It's been like a fairy story. It surely has.
All year, and Gordon said it was going to end happy. It did.
It certainly did. The ball bounced right for the Sidekicks tonight.
Oh, it didn't look like it, did it? I was really getting nervous. It seemed like we didn't have any good luck. It was all bad luck, and then all of a sudden, the worm turned. I don't know.
But what a great game by both teams. What a great series, both teams.
Oh, unbelievable. And Chris Sobieski, I think his best game for last. It was unbelievable.
Well, he needed to come through with a big game, and he certainly did that. Back upstairs again to Norm. Thank you, Jeff.
Dallas has won a series where they never led a game at the half. They finally won a game on Tacoma's floor, and somebody finally won a game when they didn't score first in this series. All firsts for the Sidekicks, and that man who survived some terrible times with Dallas the last couple of years can now spend a well-deserved offseason relishing victory.
I'm glad it's not us, but at the same time, great credit to all the players.
Well, you know, Karpun again. He did it 2 nights ago. He did it again tonight.
That's right. He keeps coming up with those all-important goals, and he's there when it matters most. And it's just, how to say, I've no words. I can normally speak, but I can't tonight. I'm sorry. It's just great.
Well, it's been a fairy tale season, Gordon. It surely has, and it ends with a glass slipper, right? And not the poison apple.
We said we wouldn't wait until midnight.
That's Gordon Jago, head coach of the MISL champion Dallas Sidekicks. Back to you, Norm.
You know, Mike, it strikes me, if we can get a shot of the scoreboard in this arena, it's stopped. They haven't cleared the scoreboard. The score is still up there, and they still have the point of the overtime that the game ended. The other night they switched right to the time of day after the game, and it's like even the scorekeeper is too stunned to take that off the board. That's where it ended. The balloons, someone tomorrow will have to climb the rafters and take them down. There will be no blue balloons descending in Tacoma this season. A reminder again, the victory parade 6:30 Monday from City Hall, and the Sidekicks arrive at 1:51 at DFW tomorrow on an American Airlines flight. Boy, we hope you enjoyed this one. Let's tell you who brought it to you. The executive producer of Home Sports Entertainment, Jack Stanfield.